fun game. Definitely not as stressful as my Curse of Strahd games. Alright, so...
Not as much romance, though.
Great.
Not as much romance. I don't have any romance going on in my Curse of Strahd games.
I don't know about that.
I think Nathan's character held another character's hand today.
Ooh, scandalous. Oh my god.
There was some hugging. Today.
Oh, consent, mutual platonic touching.
Oh, wait. There was a bathroom scene that we had to fade to black on.
Oh, man.
What?
Yeah. I can't say anything else. Because it was you know, what do they call them? It was
super spicy.
Veils and scissors. What's the thing that you're... what are we supposed to call triggers now? So instead of triggers...
Lines and veils?
Lines and veils. Something like that. You know, that stuff. So anyways. Okay. Today's...
Scotcher coming in with like his 11th fanspiration for Mythic of the week.
God.
He is the greatest.
He's the goat. I think we've got... Yeah, I think... Let me see. I gotta recount.
He cashed in 7, and then I think he cashed in like 1 or 2 more, and then this one.
Oh no, it's incredible. And I found out today he is going to be running another Curse of Strahd campaign.
He's living it.
I don't think I could ever do it again, honestly. When these are done, I don't know. I thought I liked, like, you know, fucking with people. I don't really like it that much. I feel really bad. Like, we're getting into the real bad shit now, and like, it's feeling bad. It's feeling real bad. So anyways, topical to our game, who were you closest to in your immediate family? Maybe you have a granddad you didn't know about. You're pretty close to him. So, you know, things to think about. While you ruminate on that question, Maya, you instantly win the coin. No, wait. You have to recap some. I'll give you a recap for inspiration for yours. But if anybody wants to recap the real session that happened last week, the full session, I should say, the not 0.5 session. All you 90s kids who collected comics, you know what I'm talking about. This issue 0.5.
In color.
Oh man, Image Comics was the worst for that. God damn. All right.
Really? I never got a 0.5. I've got plenty of zeros, but never a 0.5.
Oh man, they're spicy. You get them at conventions a lot. It's like or whatever. Yeah.
I didn't start going to conventions till I was like my adult years. So yeah, no, I missed out.
Backstory: my super boring dad he collected baseball cards, which I can't think of a more boring hobby in the entire world. But he sorry, Dad. It turned out that as baseball cards became less popular and cool shit became more popular, the comic books and Magic cards and stuff they were taking over the baseball conventions. So I got to go to those from a very early age, and listen to my dad complain that his baseball hobby was being taken over by nerds. Like, yeah, okay, you literally collect pieces of paper that just have information on them. But okay.
Says the guy that collects pieces of paper with information on them.
That can fight each other, but he proved me wrong. When he was a kid, there was a board game called Stratomatic Baseball, and it was basically Dungeons and Dragons, baseball playing kids. You would build a team, and it had mechanics to use the stats from the baseball cards to make your own dice controlled baseball teams, and you could play against each other. And like nowadays, you know, you can make a dream team.
So fantasy football, but baseball.
Yeah, like this is a real game, Stratomatic Baseball. If you're interested at all in like rare, crazy board games and stuff like that, you should look it up. It's actually really fascinating. I think he still has a copy
really
of it.
Interesting.
Yeah. I feel like my dad could have been a D&D nerd if he wasn't so concerned about being cool. Like, but it's whatever. Different times, etc. So, anybody, you give me that recap for last week? I want it. I want that recap. Nobody? I mean, I can do it. I was there. I have a vague recollection.
Final count was 10. 10 transpirations from Scotcher.
Looks like Maya watched the video. All right, Maya, for 2 recapspiration, tell us what happened in their session, and then tell us what happened in your session.
All right. So, previously on Mythic Odyssey,
we come back with us just finishing the winning the arena in the Nether Seas. We're now the new champions. Julian is still reeling from the realization that he might be he is the grandson of Sidon, while he's speaking to Lutheria flying up above the arena. Orin is trying his best to leave the arena as soon as possible. And Andronikos is getting ready to go talk to all the 5 gods to let them know that when he was inside the scythe, his vision of Mitros gave him a message to them for him to relay. And so we'll start with I guess Andronikos. He goes first things first. He goes up to Valis, try and go ahead and deliver the message. And the first thing she does is question why him and why he and by Sibo and by extension him through the fellowship, private fellowship, decide to make say Lutheria was an ally. Not really having a actual answer for why, and more of, I mean, this is what happened. He decided to change the subject to try and talk about what the message that he wanted to relay. There was a bit of back and forth, and he did relay the message that it was okay for her to cry sometimes. I think that was the message, right? At that point, Valis' face scrunched up, and you can tell that it kind of hit her a bit, but she did not. I'm not sure, but even with I wasn't there to really see, but from what I remember, she didn't take it well, and she told Andronikos that she doesn't believe that what she saw was actually her mother, Mitros. Maybe Mitros is not that type of person to say something like that. She told Andronikos that whatever he saw in there was not Mitros, and that he shouldn't believe it. And if he did believe it, he's definitely not the champion she thought he was. And with that, she dismissed him from being her champion. And Andronikos moved on to the next god to relay the message. He went down to Vulcan, who is hugging and praising Nim for some reason. As you know, Nim's not Narcissus. And Maya looks at the camera and
It's Jim face.
Is
Oh, I'm so
very
sorry.
proud.
And then the cameraman mumbles, "Oh, of course, not. Of course."
Mhm.
You go.
And then there he's Nim's being praised and told that he's doing good, and that it's okay as long as you're willing to put the effort and go for it and believe in yourself, you could do it. It was very fatherly of Vulcan, which is not something we're used to seeing, but also kind of used to seeing in a way, differently. Either way, that happens, and Nim goes about his business, and Andronikos goes to tell Vulcan his message that he is Mitros. That Mitros told him that he's allowed to love again. I think that was the message.
Yep. More like telling him to love again than saying he's allowed to. But yeah.
Tell him to love again. And Vulcan, I think, took it a little bit better than Valis. But I think, again, he did not believe that that's something that Mitros would say, and that whatever Andronikos saw or spoke to cannot be Mitros. But he did have a start conversation with Andronikos about some of the decisions that we have made, and what if this is where it's gonna go? It's gonna go, but you got to know what you're doing. He did offer to re-be his, have Andronikos be his champion, but I don't think that's happening. We'll see. Sibo actually had to.
Whoa. He said he would offer, but, and then there was a reason why.
There's a reason why. What was that reason?
He said it wasn't going to matter very soon.
Oh, it wasn't going to matter very soon. Yeah. And Sibo came up to Vulcan and asked him to, take care of some shopping stuff that he needed to get done, or some items he needed to get. And then, throughout this, Oren was trying to look for Maya, look for me. He couldn't find me. I was still invisible. At least that's the last thing people remember. He was asking around. No one could find me. Everybody was looking around. And eventually, he went to Yala. And Yala says that told him that I was taken, or not taken, but I traveled and left the arena with the Furies. They showed up, spoke to me, and I left with them willingly. There was a back and forth between Oren and Yala about thinking and the importance of it. But either way, with that, they were able to kind of gather their things, and eventually leave the arena. They did have a sit down and spoke with the warden about what they wanted, what we wanted, and I don't think we actually gave up. I don't remember if we actually gave up Esther. I think we just have a get out of jail free card as an IOU. They went to go check the tree to see if I was placed on the tree. It wasn't there. So before it was like, okay, well, we need to get out of the Nether Seas. This place is, horrible. We need to leave here. But with the realization before that, Julian and Lutheria had a conversation about how Julian was Sidon's grandson, and she explained that his grandma Katya, who seduced Sidon, had a kid, and that kid was taken by Lutheria and hidden for a very long time until he was placed into Mitros, where she for some reason stumbled across and met a very fast and charismatic god, and apparently they had a kid, and apparently it was what did she say? She enjoyed making monsters. That's what she said. Julian being a little taken aback by that, she flew away, and we the rest of the group made it back to the ship and was going to leave. But before that, they needed to know where I was, and so they went to go visit Lutheria on her barge before leaving, and ask her about the weapons and that she promised to have delivered to us, as well as if she has any idea where I would be. She told them that I'm on the Thylea's Heart Tree Island, and that that's where I'd be if they needed to find me. So with that, the group left the Nether Seas, and once they got up top, they realized that the Caledonia came through and delivered on Sibo's materials that he needed, and they had a conversation letting us know that the Path of Peace ends in 3 days. And for some reason, the group decided to head to the Heart Tree to find me, rather than make it to make their way to Praxis.
For some reason, my comrades decided not to abandon me, not knowing what had happened.
Even though they know that we have the tree on the ship, that I can always walk from any tree to get to it.
Use that when we got out of the Nether Seas, then.
I mean, to be fair, no one said you were safely.
Exactly.
The island.
That's the crux.
All right. So so the crew made their way towards the heart tree. So while they were on their way, and while everything was happening in the Nether Seas, Maya was transported to some world of broken magic. She doesn't know exactly where it was, but she met the three Furies, Electo. I'm forgetting the rest of their names.
Megara and
Megara and Tisiphone.
yeah,
Telephone, yeah.
Yeah, Telephone.
Telephonos, one of the
Yeah.
one of the brothers of Testicles. So yeah.
And they explained to Maya, to me, that all of us, the heroes of prophecy, and they would do air quotes when they say that, are anomalies. We already knew we were outside of fate, but the actual scope of that is that we should never have existed at all. There was some type of break in reality that caused us to be made, and that Thylea finds us, or at least finds me, frightening. The uncertainty of having something that isn't part of the grand design that is supposed to keep her safe. They told us that it probably would be safer and easier if we just, stopped existing. Let everything else that's supposed to be going on go on as it's supposed to be through the strings of fate, and it's supposed to happen like this, and that we shouldn't be getting involved. Electro did seem that there was something else that we could help with, but they couldn't say. Whereas the other ones were worried that our involvement would just cause things to get worse. The theme I got from them is that they're afraid of uncertainty, and Thylea, the world itself, is afraid of uncertainty. Well, with that warning, though, I did tell them that they did note that for some reason Thylea has made me her champion despite her fears, and they don't know why. Either way, this was more of just a warning to let us know that we need to be careful with what we do, and that anything that we do can give them a reason to end us. They want to, they feel they need to, but they just can't yet because we haven't given them a strong enough reason yet. And Thylea herself has not given the order. Her will has not expressed it. So with that, they left me at the heart tree, knowing that the people that are still tied to fate on the ship are on their way here because of our involvement. And that's where we left off. Me being on the heart tree, and the crew arriving at her island, making their way towards me.
God damn. Well, a lot happened.
excellent.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Increase your recapspiration by 2, unless you don't have one. Pull one out of the.
I got it.
Okay.
Recapspiration 2.
Wow. All that happened in one session? Oh my god.
One and a half sessions.
1.5 sessions.
Yeah.
Wait, what didn't we revived a couple Titans as well, didn't we? Or was that a session?
Oh,
before?
Oh yeah. Oh my god. All right. You don't.
goodness.
All right.
Okay, hold on.
Hand them back over. Hand them back over. Okay.
And
Okay.
and then while I was also talking to them, and they were in the seas, with Julian's realization that he's actually part Titan, they've realized that they can use Julian's blood to quench the heat of Titan's Bane and finally reforge it. And once they did, there was a big discussion on who should attune to it and be the one to wield it. It ended up being in Andronikos' hands. And when Andronikos attuned to it, they realized it was a sentient weapon that wanted to free the old Titans' children, brothers and siblings. And apparently we, a lot of that stuff was already completed. So you know,
That's the best feeling when a quest
Yeah.
giver gives you a quest and you just reach into your bag and you're like, "It's done, homie."
yeah,
Yeah.
he wanted to free. He wanted to free Thalius. We already freed him. He was standing there right behind us on the ship. He wanted after that they wanted to free Yala and Galaran. Yeah, Galaran. And yeah, you know, we already visited them and talked to them once already, so might as well just go, you know, head back over and you know, hey, look, they're here. And he was, you know, Titan Bane was happy about that. Oh, yeah, and we had to tell them they wanted us to go ahead and free Bergeron under Praxis afterwards, but and then afterwards free Halcyon. But you know, we had to skip that one because we already freed Halcyon. He was really happy about that too. So yeah, you know, the Titan's Bane, he's you know, he's eating good right now. He woke up and just had the biggest feast of feast of happiness. All
Wonderful.
the dopamine for that weapon. And then with the help of they were able to climb out of the Nether Seas with the ship and the cuttings from the heart tree that are on the ship. Everybody was able to make it out as the new, fully weakened but fully grown and new-bodied Titans climbed out of hell. Right. And then you know everything else that I said before.
Okay. And the Titans climbing out of the underworld where they were essentially imprisoned, that was a completely original scene and idea that no one had ever done before. So I just want to throw that out there. Yeah. Nothing comes to mind immediately picturing these massive kaijus made of elemental matter pulling themselves out of the underworld. It's incredible. It was incredible. It was incredible. We're just always innovating over here at Mythic Odyssey. Always innovating.
Mythic
Yeah, it's not
Odyssey
like they came out, you know, calling for any particular deity's blood or anything like that.
Exactly.
We weren't all screaming, Sidon!
Yeah. I might have heard of Lucy. I don't know where that came from. But anyways, yeah, that a completely original scene as always. Always keeping it real and fresh here. Whew. Okay. You may keep your recaps for it. All right. So, did we miss anything? God, it was Chalkers last week. Refusing to go. Hold on. Scribble, you're not going to get any of this peanut butter toast. Yes, I know. I know peanut butter toast doesn't have chicken in it, but you can't have any. Come here.
Yeah, but they love peanut butter. All dogs love peanut butter.
I know. You know who likes peanut butter? Me. I'm hungry.
I have a question about last week's session.
Sure.
So, when Orn swore his oath to Kalik that we were eventually going to get Hirak back, some way, somehow.
Yeah, fellowship.
Yeah.
So, were we all, you know,
Yeah.
Okay.
Kyra really did you all dirty with that Oath of Fellowship. She just thought it would be a good accountability system.
The wording was explicitly before he was done, so because he's got a pretty good idea that even if we all fail and die horribly, he'll still be around to fill the oath. So you won't go on a tree, don't worry.
Well, I mean, if Julian ends up on a tree, Julian ends up on a tree. I just want to make sure I'm understanding what we signed up for. Is all.
This guy, ancient Greeks, you know what I'm saying? He's like, if I end up on a tree in the underworld, I end up on a tree. Well, fuck it.
Okay, we ball.
Well, no, I mean, at this point, it's, you know, it will be what it will be. We've prepared as much as we can at this point. So
can the fates cross dimensions? Are they Furies?
I don't know.
All right, I'll just banish myself. GG's,
guys. Classic SIBO.
Yeah. Here's the problem. Then you're in Noriande.
And you're pretty much on a tree there, like, anyway.
And the 13 450-page Bryan Sanderson novels that I've read that take place in Noriande make it sound like a place I wouldn't want to be banished to. So, I'm just saying.
SIBO's kind of missing it at this point. So.
Really?
Dang. Okay.
No.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is kind of
I would put it above Barovia. I would put it above Barovia.
Oh, fuck.
I'd go to Noriande 3 times before I went to anyways, focus.
Here's the thing though, when he left, he did not have his magical powers. Come back, he does.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And I'm sure there's nobody in a grimdark fantasy setting that's going to be gunning for you because you came back with radiant magic powers. You'll be fine.
Good.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So, anybody want to answer this here question? It's a big question. Who is your favorite family member? 13 from Maya. I'm curious if people are going to take the heartfelt route on this one. Let's see. Oh, man.
I get to reroll because I'm a halfling.
Sure, go for it.
All right.
I'll respect your racial heritage.
It's a 2.
That's a 100% improvement numerically.
That's how the night starts. We are not going to practice, guys. We're going somewhere else.
All right, Julian. What is the answer? You have a pretty big family, it turns out.
Ginormous, apparently.
Well, some would say it's so small, can you see it? Like, I mean, it's like, can you feel it? Excuse me. But, like, it's weird. It's weird. Anyways, what do you got for us?
I would have to say that I'm still closest with my mom because it was, yes, my father raised me, but I was a little shit that entire time. And no, Dad, I want to go and do my own thing. I want to go on adventure. And it wasn't until I had been away did I realize what I had. And there was no time to really make amends. But I have, gotten to spend time with various iterations of my mother. Met my grandfather, who, while a prickly fellow, is pretty cool. And now I have more family who are less cool. So, yes, I'd have to say Mom.
Wait a
Sidon's
second.
Just looking at me like I'm so.
I just realized
disappointed.
something.
What did you just realize?
Percy's your half sister.
Sheesh.
It's on brand
No,
for
no,
how Greek
Ant.
this thing has been.
Isn't that Ant?
Yeah, it's his aunt. I mean, that's like every day in ancient Greece,
Yeah,
right?
it's
I
ancient
mean,
Greece, yeah,
yeah,
that's
you
not
can't
good,
you
yeah.
can't turn around without fucking your aunt. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's
right.
just yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We've all been there. So it's wait, I think my aunt might watch this series. That is not what happened. I'm saying like in ancient Greece times. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's keep going.
You visit Rome one time.
One time.
All right, cool. I go to Rome all the time. What are you talking about? It's like it was like a real quick train ride up the boot.
Hey, I was trying to cover for you, but if
Gotta
you're
love
going up to old auntie's house every other weekend, then I guess that's on you.
You Americans don't know what good trains are like, but it's pretty amazing.
No, we
Pretty
don't.
amazing. Yeah, it's good shit. All right, you may ask the same question, Julian, of anyone you've met previously in the adventure. I mean, if you want, you have met him.
I mean, I think we all know who Sidon and his favorite family member
My
is.
grandson.
No, his sister
who's
wife.
Constantly
Oh,
making
you think
fun of my
that's who it
penis.
is? All right.
You know what?
All right.
All right, I'll throw it to Sidon.
Yeah.
His dad,
Oh.
because his dad is the embodiment of primal strength. That's
Also
it.
very handsy.
Not a complicated answer. Like there is no one cooler in the world than his dad. Just the fucking like the embodiment of just strength. No room for anything
I thought
else.
there would have been more of a hate in that love-hate relationship.
I don't want to get too
With all the
into it,
shit
but
that he's let him get away with, are you kidding?
yeah. So imagine a family with a really abusive father, but the abusive father has one kid that is like his best friend. Like,
Go on.
okay, well, and then that kid, gets to like drink beer and smoke cigarettes and go to titty bars with him, and then the rest of the kids just get beat senseless. Like, yeah. Oh. Anyways, dude, you'll be a kid with your father soon. We're heading to Praxis. All right. So, cool. I'll go
so
ahead.
you're gonna kill me? Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
I'll give Sidon a Faxpiration in case he needs it today, and I guess we'll jump into the game. Couple of mechanical things. B team has been audited. Oh, excuse me. I ate my peanut butter toast so fast the scribbles wouldn't steal it. All right, so we updated the B team document for modernization and equity. It turns out, and Leah is the one that pointed this out to me. I never actually wrote any B team stuff down anywhere. Because they were like, "Oh, you did the Pathfinder stuff. You must have based it on the 5e stuff." I was like, "I 100%." And they're like, "Cool, cool. Where's the document?" And I was like, "The document."
The document. You mean the Excel sheet, right?
And I kind of felt like I had copy and pasted, but I really didn't. Yeah. So in a weird move, like in an Ouroboros kind of move, like I wrote the Pathfinder 2 B team copying off of the non-existent 5e B team document, and then I wrote the 5e B team document copy and pasting and basing off of the Pathfinder one. So anyways, now we have one. It's a lot more equitable. Everything is short rest based instead of long rest based, because in this campaign, long rests are unreliable at best. That does mean that some powers became less good and some powers became more good. I tried to give characters or BT members that had never been taken on a mission better abilities, so that there was maybe a hope and a prayer that they might get to go on an adventure. Some, like Hagnon, begged me not to give them anything because they were enjoying their time on the B team, having never gone on an adventure before. And so yeah, so we're going to be using that document. So the spreadsheet, because you've thrown in the trash, that's over with. If I've missed anybody, let me know, and we'll get that sorted out. Everyone now has an active and a passive, and you can sub out their active for one of the 4 general B team abilities that is listed in that document, which is stabilizing people, giving advantage. There were 2 other ones. Anyways, they're on there. So there's that sort of bookkeeping. And all those Lutherian weapons are now in Foundry. Are they well made? No, but they are in Foundry now. So that's more than we had before. So I will give you access to this folder. I don't want to give you editing rights. What do I do? Observer? That's the one, right? You should be able to.
You could just dump them on the ship.
Oh, that would have been good too. All right. Let's see. The ship. Your ship. That's the ship we need. The Stormbreaker. There we go. So I'll just grab this whole folder. All right. Drag it over. Flap. And there we go. All right. Cool. Great. If you guys can see the hidden DM notes on it, would you tell me? So I know you can see the hidden DM notes. You shouldn't be able to see them, but not that there's hidden notes on them. But if you saw hidden notes on them, you would have to let me know. That's the law. All right.
I think maybe like the curse description. Should I be able to see what that is, or am I wrong?
No. You should. Well, it should be like a word. It shouldn't tell you
No,
everything.
okay. I'm not reading it, but it does say what the curse is for
Oh.
Ages of Echoes. Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Really? That sucks. Maybe it's because I gave you guys permissions before I brought them over. Wow. Okay, please don't look at them.
I stopped looking.
I'm terrible at Foundry apparently. Let's see.
To the point that I am still taking the Aegis of Echoes. So.
Is it? I guess it would have been limited. Why would Observer give you full access to it? That doesn't make any sense. Well, this is gonna take forever to sort out. That sucks. All right, let me throw on some music. Don't look at the stuff. I'll try to get it working. You guys roleplay amongst yourselves. Let me get you some music.
Do we want to hash out who takes what? Since we were, yeah. So Dom, you're still okay. I just want to confirm.
The 2 that I wanted were Aegis and the Harpy of the Fates.
Okay. Gonna put on the Thylea's Grove while I try to fix these items that shouldn't be showing you that stuff. I hate life.
So,
Hmm? Oh.
sorry, I have push to talk, and I was also clicking on the armaments dock, and I was like, no, I don't want to edit that this way.
Oh, the armaments dock should be okay. It's the
Well,
items.
yeah.
The items themselves are.
No. It's the button I have hotkeyed for push to talk. It was gonna
Okay.
it was gonna fuck up the document because I clicked on it because I was pulling it up so we could discuss it.
Got it. Okay.
So, Siwa, were you wanting the Helm of the Oracle?
No, the two I wanted were Aegis of Echo and the Harpy of the Fates.
Okay.
Helm of the Oracle was. No, I didn't see anything valuable for me for. Although it's not. Again, I don't want to take all of them. I mean, it's not that one's not a tune required, right?
All of these are attunement required.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
I mean,
no,
yeah.
But you get
see.
5 attunements, so.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, because I was gonna take, if nobody else wanted it, I was gonna take the staff, the comet staff.
Yeah,
And
I think that's a good plan.
Because plus that's in addition that's a plus 3.
Okay, it's as good a plan as taking any of this thing is.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I mean, what's the worst that stolen could be? Adrenaline junkie. Already got that. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Although
stolen feels like somebody might come after it at some point, but there's not
the
much
last
time.
time someone came after you in Dragonkos, it didn't go so bad, right?
Yeah, like it was only awful, but
yeah, when somebody comes to take the chariot, they're not going to be able to fly because they don't have the chariot. Easy dub.
Also,
I am vaguely afraid though if I take the Cloak of Shifting Starlight and the Comet Staff, that whatever will be I will be calling from the stars is going to be an Eldritch Horror.
Yeah.
An Eldritch Horror?
Warhammer style.
Oh well, in that case.
Yeah. What a typo! What a typo!
In Eldritch Horror, you're just gonna throw down with Sibo's mom like that?
We found out that Star Magic kills Thylea.
Isn't that just Slanesh or whatever, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't forget that we learned that Star Magic kills Titans and Thylea.
And Thylea.
All right. I believe I have scrubbed all of the questionable data from the Stormbreaker Ultros equipment. So, all right.
Oh.
And then when you guys have sorted out this meta stuff, you guys can reunite at the in the shadow of Thylea's heart tree.
Are we supposed to know what the curse does after we attune to the item or not?
Nope. You know the name of it.
Could I fight a turtle and find out?
If you want to fight a turtle, if you want to fight one of Thylea's sacred animals in the shadow of her heart tree, that'd be a great way to test out the weapon's properties.
It's fine. I can set it on fire and we can sacrifice it to her. Nah. There'll be plenty of time to test it out.
Shoots out of the ground and then crushes your balls.
I know. There'll be plenty of time to test out the horribly cursed shit when we get to Praxis. Alright. We've arrived at the base of this tree. We see Maya meditating there. Hey, Maya. You alright?
Her eyes open.
He's flying 30 feet off the ground in a chariot.
I am.
Maya, I don't know where your wonderment level is after everything you've been through, but with your insight, you understand that it's very important to Orin that people see how cool his chariot is.
Hey, Sibo's up here too.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, woo!
Wow.
Orin, yes, with your passive 27 insight, you know that this is very important to Orin.
Check it out.
Shooting off Eldritch Blast up in the air.
Orin. We're flying.
Blast fireworks.
Yeah.
It's
flying, Orin.
I know.
It's awesome.
pretty cool. Think
Yeah,
about getting
it
some
is
hot
pretty
rod
cool.
flames on the side.
Purple?
Yeah, honestly, you think it'd work?
Uh, yeah, sure, yeah.
All right, Owen will go. He'll pick up my. He does like an Akira drift on the ground over here. Hop on. Sibo's small, so I think it'll still work.
Yeah, I'll get.
All right, as you go to take off, the chariot, bound by its magical rules, can only carry the driver and one passenger. You must choose.
All right, Sibo, here you go, and he'll put a rope out the side of it,
Yeah.
and you can jet ski like
I'm in.
Oh,
I'm
nice,
in.
niess.
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
we'll drag him.
All right, Sibo, all we need for you is athletics or acrobatics.
Let's do. Let's make sure we're doing a acrobatics. Good thing I got my accoutrement. Oh my god! It's
All right.
all right.
All right, so cartoonishly, you are tumbling along behind, eating grass, being like dragged over roots, making squeaky toy noises as you go.
I want it to be known that I've rolled it 3 times. I have rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3 tonight.
You're
Well, it's
warming
going
up.
up. It's going up.
You gotta time that 20th roll. You gotta time that 20th roll.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Team.
To be honest, when we got here, I expected to find you being tortured by furies, but it didn't seem to be the case.
When we get there's something I gotta tell you. You tell everybody.
Set us down there.
I
Then.
guess when we get. All right.
He does a quick loop around the tree.
All right, and once Maya's with everybody, she'll pretty much explain everything that that happened during the meeting with the Furies, not leaving anything out.
Well, it's good to know that they haven't been given reason enough to take any of us yet.
I think that's mainly thanks to Thylea's fear. And curiosity, I guess.
Hopefully what we do in the next few days gonna assuage those fears.
I don't know, because
you stay standing like literally on her heart.
Well, to be fair, I'm flying 30 feet above her heart.
Oh, right, my bad. You call down to her heart.
It's interesting to me that she's scared of us, but not the one who built a Titan-killing weapon.
Well, that was planned.
We gotta go disable that Titan-killing weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that'll help prove us to her.
It might make us, probably make her fears even more.
Why? Simply because she doesn't have a good read on how we'll act? Hasn't everything we've done up until this point been some kind of indicator? I know she doesn't. I know we're outside of fate and outside of control. But
it's uncertainty, Julia.
But again, we haven't created a giant
everything we do
death laser.
Well, the death laser is written in fate. It's planned. She knew it was coming. She's planned for it. Everything that has happened, besides what we do, is supposed to come to pass.
You hear Zamorak say, and you guys know that he is concerned. Is fate truly that insurmountable? Is nothing we do our own choices?
What do I know about like Thylean mythology, where like, because in Greek mythology there's all these things where like, oh, this hero such and such did this thing to defy fate and change, like what is there for that sort of theme in Thylea? Or is there not that theme in Thylea?
Well, you can ask Mr. I took expertise in history, and he could definitely fill you in.
But I grew up here, damn it.
Okay, well you can try to roll. Go for it. Give me a history check, Adronkos.
While he's doing that, I want to do a cartwheel.
Sure. It's
I
easy
got
with your 3
+0 on
legs.
it.
So.
Okay, all right, sweet. So make sure that I'm not rolling a
Oh
4
wow.
there.
Okay, Andronkos. You do remember some stories about people who defy fate.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they are taken away by the Furies and never seen again.
Okay.
There's a couple in those cubes.
Sibo, you thought that the people of Thylea believe strongly in fate and that there was a lot of hype built up around fate. But then you started working for Versi. And Versi opened your eyes to the fact that, yes, the threads of fate bind mortal and immortal alike in a manifest destiny, a story that is being told, that they have the illusion of free will because their free will, such as it were, is already preordained. It's already predicted. It's already known. Everything here is a book, essentially. You've joined a D&D campaign where the DM should have just wrote a novel, essentially. And if anybody is like, hey, I'm gonna play a puppet, and my best bro, he's gonna play a puppet too, and we're gonna be the puppet bros. And Thylea's like, I hate that. And the Furies take them away, and they don't get to play Kingmaker. So
Reroll.
Wait,
I don't know
wait,
why.
hold on, hold on.
I don't know why I threw that
Hold on a
example out.
second. Wait.
And then
Nathan, blow
I
up
feel
your
like we're
cheese.
mixing metaphors here.
I was just giving an example, a random example. So the idea though, Sibo, and why she wanted to usurp the fates, is that she was concerned that they had become corrupt and that they were meddling with Thylea's design. Versi never wanted to stop what was going on with the Tapestry of Fate. She wanted to protect it.
Protect it, yeah.
Yeah, like she wasn't trying to hijack it and make it, this is Versi world now. You know what I'm
I should
saying?
have asked him about that.
Yeah, like she was concerned based on her own visions that the fates had become corrupt.
Wait,
I
so
wish I
how
had
did-
asked him about the fates when I was in there. What their thoughts are on the actual fates.
Yeah, I mean, you were under a lot of pressure. It was a pretty stressful situation.
How does all of this match up with people joining up with us? Because if we're not fated, how
Our
is
involvement
them
changes
joining
it.
us fated?
We're anomalies.
Well, right,
Andronicos.
but so are they denying their fate by joining us? Like, is everyone that we
Or-
interact with destined to
Or
be
the
We're
fate
mod-
was
we're-
more
we're-
amorphous in that they were fated to go to war against Scylla. They were fated to be part of that war.
So the thing is that when we get involved, it changes.
Yep.
So it's not just our fate.
Sibo, the description that Maya gave you of their words, right, is that you guys are like foreign bodies that got into the loom, right? So anytime the loom is shunted and they try to make more threads, they knew all the threads that they were going to use, they knew where those threads were going to go. But you guys, these particulates, right, that have gotten into the weave, you are tangling it up, and any thread that touches one of you guys, it gets all fucked up, right? And then they don't know now what's going to happen to that one either. And every time you guys have interacted with anyone and done anything, that has fucked up the Tapestry of Fate. So yeah, as Andronico said, as you brought these people on board, you essentially ruined their fate or changed their fate or took them outside of fate to a certain degree, right? They're still threads to follow. They still could be woven back in, but there are tangles now, right? There are knots in the thread that you guys have created.
I tell Andronicus to watch Loki season
Well, that's kind of the same thing. It's like time. It's like
Okay.
time. It's like timelines. This is a single timeline with
Okay.
probabilities within that timeline that ultimately you can't escape this timeline
Okay.
because of things that you guys do. That's the worst part, right? Is that in a split timeline scenario, there could be a world where things turned out okay. Or there could be a world where things were the worst ever. And all these different ones would spring off. But this is a single solid timeline that is trying to fix what it views as the damage that you are causing.
Okay, I dumbed down Loki season 2.
Oh, okay.
Also, I'm doing floor exercises.
Did
while we're doing
anybody
this.
want to try that green pie that they had? Like, did anybody else? I'm not a
No.
big fan of lime pie or whatever, but I was a little curious.
I mean, if you either like key lime pie or you don't.
I really don't. I really don't.
You know, I used to not like it, and then I had a really good piece. I was like, man, you know what?
Really?
If it's really good, I'll get it. If it's just
Well-
like cheap store bought stuff, ugh.
They
Well, I
say
mean, that's
they
the
say
thing,
on
though, is, like-
average human taste buds change every 7 years. So there's like every now and then
Oh.
you could try foods that you didn't like, and there's a chance that it changes.
I mean,
Well,
raw,
I was
raw
going to
tomatoes
say,
all
with
my
Dom
life.
being down in Florida, I mean, that's like the capital of key lime pie. 'Cause I guess the trick
Yeah.
is using
We
condensed
have
milk.
there's like a vending machine in one of the places, and inside it you could just buy slices of key lime pie.
Mm-mm. All right, focus.
All right.
Uh,
Those guys will make it back to the ship eventually. Warren says as the chariot lands on the ship.
Orin, this is important
Oh, wait,
plot
wait.
stuff.
Yeah, Oren, why are you in such a rush?
Oh, that's a good point.
True. Let's we need to continue this pie discussion. I'll head back. Orin
So
will-
what's y'all doing over there?
all right, Orin's flying us back.
Oh, you see that Yala has gone to the tree, enlarged to huge size, and has placed her forehead against the tree, and is just sort of standing there.
She's thinking.
That's gonna. I was jumping off the chariot.
All right, you're gonna. It doesn't auto cast any slow fall. So good luck.
Yeah, she wild shapes into her peacock form and begins to slowly, 20 speed, 20 flight speed towards Yala.
Oh, okay. Okay. What do you do when you get there?
I'm trying to.
You got lost in the chariot. It's hard to leave once you get in it. All right, see, we are back in Maine. Shotgun.
She's gonna stand there and wait till Yala finishes.
Fire an
Oh,
Eldritch
okay.
Blast in the air again.
Yala finally, after a while, turns from the tree. Her two humanoid eyes open, and then the third central eye slowly opens. And she looks down at you, and she says, is it time to go to Praxis? And
Is
will
it?
you be taking me with you? Ah, Queen Maya. How long have you been here?
Maybe two days, right? It was like 2 days, right?
I suppose it doesn't matter. There are only 2 days left in the Oath of Peace.
What?
We return to the surface with 3 days, but your allies insisted they come and find you. I tried to explain to Orin that you were very capable and wise, but he doubted all of those things.
Question about the Actually, I got a question about the SIBO network.
Okay.
Is there a range limit?
Does not say that there is.
Okay. Okay.
Cut off from this network.
Other planes, yeah. You just can't go to other planes.
Right. So
Over-
when you went to the Knicks, it would have broken. Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. Well, then we gotta get going. Oren, wait! Stop flying around. We need to leave.
Oh, I'm coming in. Hop on quick.
Yes, Yala. I hope you come with us to Praxis.
I'm not slowing down. Get in.
I hang off the rope again.
Okay.
See over the
All
side.
right.
So you guys
Hell,
head back to Lay Ship. All right, got it.
On the subject of Thylean mythology, are there like doomsday stories?
Oh, Sibo. Oh wait, why don't you roll it? You did so good on the last one. Give me that history, intelligence, and Drankos.
Guidance.
Somebody went to school for a day.
Look, I had to maintain at least a C
Okay,
average to stay on
okay.
the sports ball team.
Yes. There is an event called the Apocalypse, with like a K and a Y. It's real heavy metal. The Apocalypse represents the end of all things. It is when living nightmares descend upon the world and end it for all time, plunging everything into darkness. There will be a time when all the greatest heroes and gods must rise up and defend Thylea one last time. And only the fates know the true outcome of this battle that has yet to happen.
That's heavy. Not to be confused with the Apocalypse, which is the semi-annual Mitros Barbecue Championship. Similar in impact.
I thought it was made in Astoria, not Mitros. It's
Hmm.
Pythor, you know.
Maybe he might have brought it up there when he took control.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he was pretty infatuated with porcelain, so he may have been like, "Oh no, well, I'm selling off the rights to another city."
Yeah, we haven't seen porcelain in a while.
We look at his new beaching.
Okay, that's not where I was wanting the conversation to go.
I tried to get porcelain into the fight, but we ended up not needing him. So
We didn't need our strongest member. It's like pulling in
Yeah.
Shaggy. All right, let's go. We're on the ship, right?
Wait, what? What? There's
Wasn't
what are
me.
the two monsters following us?
No, they
Oh.
went off on their own. They went to summer camp.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can probably still see him walking away into the distance, though.
Oh, you know what? I guess Thylea's heart tree. They're probably tired from like swimming across the fucking ocean and climbing up out of hell. So yeah, you know what, Maya, you're right. These three are just lounging on the beach.
I thought they went to Fire Island to be with Halcyon, or
They didn't.
Maybe.
They didn't drag. They dragged you to an island so that you could use the
yeah.
Egg theory. Okay. Then never mind, Maya. Yeah. They are not here. They're not here.
Okay.
They're there to remind us that they're around, but they're not here yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Is anybody gonna tell Maya about them?
nope.
Well,
Right.
I assume that they filled you in the same way that
Yeah.
you filled them in.
Yeah.
Orin's busy doing sick aerial tricks.
Oh my god, the fighter finally gets to fly. Wow.
Fine.
Considering
Julian and
considering
Andronicus
whatever-
would have filled you in, since nobody
Okay,
else would have.
okay.
All right. So robot bodies were delivered while you guys were ashore. And you may now place Jelly Jar into one and lock it into another if that is something that you still intend to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sibo, you wanted the Aegis and the crown, right?
Yes. I already pulled them over.
All right.
Okay, I'm just getting them off of the Ultra.
Yeah, but I did.
So because the locket feeds off of my magical aura, do I have to do anything special to, charge it up before I kind of like, lock it into place?
Oh,
on the body.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would basically be releasing her from the locket into the. Yeah, so you would be releasing her into the metal body.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if it was like a mini arc reactor where I had to be like charged up first.
Well, I mean, that sounds pretty dope. Sure, that sounds good. So you don't have your amulet anymore. You have to put it into the arc reactor chest cavity of the sexy lady robot that your grandpa made, because his hobby is making sexy Gundams. That sounds dope, actually. Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to put, you have to put the
Honestly, that
amulet.
sounds like an excellent way to spend one's twilight years.
Absolutely. All right. Okay. As you do, the eyes of said robot open, and there is a yellow light behind them, and and she oh, aggravating, how rude. She,
Checks out. Checks out.
That checks
yeah,
out.
she she looks around, and she says, hmm, it's cold in here, but it's better than a locket. An excellent start. Huh. I'm sorry that you had to find out about all of that from her.
Doesn't change anything. It still needs to be taken off the board.
Good. I will do whatever I can to assist you in his downfall.
We did manage to reconstruct the Titan's Bane sword.
Yes, I was there.
Our tentative plan is, well, in that case, you know our tentative plan is to make sure that there aren't any innocents on Praxis and quite possibly just
Oof.
tumble the whole damn thing into the sea.
Your grandfather put a lot of rotors into her face, because the look of disgust she had when you say make sure there's no innocence in the tower is pretty easy to read. And she says, innocence in the tower? We don't have
Relatively
time
speaking.
to worry about that. Why don't we just swim down, free Hergaron? That will destroy the laser, and then we're done. We don't even have to go inside.
Big part of the reason that you've been given this body is your knowledge of the Tower of Praxis and its defenses.
Right, and my knowledge is telling me to tell you, just bring the whole thing down without ever stepping foot inside. Sure, thousands of people will die, but that's war.
Oh, it's too bad we're not running on an XP system.
Agreed.
It might be your war, but not the one we're running here.
Oh, so you don't like winning wars?
You've been around the whole
No.
time. You know better than before
Did
is the
you-
theme here.
Did you
I
win
thought
your
maybe
war?
with a time
Gotcha.
limit in the place, it would change things a little bit.
Then we wouldn't be better than before.
Ah, listen, the kill count before was real high. You'd still be better.
Our concern is not minimizing enemy combatant deaths. It's again would-be hostages, people who have no place being on the battlefield. So the way you're acting is suggesting
if
that
this
there
is
might
about
very well be
Sibo's
people.
father, he doesn't.
No, it's
He
not.
doesn't like his dad.
I am well aware of that.
Oh. All right. Well, yes, it's a huge tower. It's basically a city, but in tower form. So yeah, there's going to be innocents. You know, people who work there, servants, slaves. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing. If you bring down the tower, you will be killing a city. I hope that's not a problem.
Were there any kind of protocols for leaving that city, like in case of attack?
Well, I
or
mean,
fire or...
there's a portal to heaven. You could try to get everyone in the tower to evacuate. But if he's already
sent his armada out, there probably isn't enough ships for everyone.
Why didn't they destroy it last time?
Destroy what?
But did they,
Praxis?
did they try?
We
Why
didn't have
they-
the Titan's Bane. Like, who would have thought that the giant statue of a man holding up the tower was actually a man holding up the tower? And then who's like, oh, I wonder how we fix that? Stone to flesh. It's not that simple. But you have the tools to make it happen. Just accept the loss for the win.
We're going to bring the tower down.
As she's saying this, she's doing all this like Marvel Cinematic Universe shit with the robot body, like opening like her arm into like, spinning blades and then like, turning it back into an arm. Like if Ultron was like a hot anime lady, like that's like she's doing all kinds of shit like that.
Yeah, we're just standing there with his arms crossed and a grimace.
Taking the thought experiment to the next level, those that live and serve at Praxis know what they're getting themselves into. Is that fair to say, Oren?
No. No.
But why not?
So if a person is told, "Hey, we need a cook to cook for the soldiers," they have signed up to get their to join in, and is that what you're saying?
There is something along those lines.
There is some personal responsibility at some point. It's not like they were signing up to cook at a homeless shelter. They were signing up to cook at a war camp. And at this point, the soldiers are gone. They have to know.
Is Praxis a war camp?
Sibo, you know that Praxis isn't a war camp. It is actually essentially a settlement. It's it's where the most devout of Sidon live.
Push up my glasses. Actually, and I'll.
It would be like saying that everyone that lives in Mitros signed up to die for Mitros. You know what I'm saying? That's what it would be. Yeah.
Right now, Sidon is aiming a giant laser at Mitros. If we go and just knock the tower over, we are pretty much just like Sidon.
Except that we didn't build a giant laser.
Yeah, but we destroyed the city.
But exactly, we destroyed the city.
Well, you did build 2 giant robots. I mean, that's kind of the same thing. It's not my fault one of the robots got ruined by the Kraken. And the other one apparently doesn't work anymore. But you still did it.
The Colossi of Mitros are meant to defend.
Mhm.
The laser is not. Regardless, we need to get into the.
Ooh, well, maybe we could fix the Colossus and it could catch the laser. That'd be pretty
that
cool.
laser can kill a god. What makes you think that the Colossus will catch the laser?
Because the Colossus is a robot and not a god.
Disappointing.
The laser poses a threat to more than just those in Mitros. We need to disable it, but we shouldn't be starting by destroying the city. We need to get inside and see if there's another way.
There's another
We want to try to evacuate the city and then bring it down.
Well,
we have to free Ergeron, so that the tower's coming down at some point.
Right.
Ooh, I like this. I like
it's
this.
a matter of timing.
You guys remember Fire Island? Because that was, I think we could do something exactly like that. Julian, you and I, we go in, we disguise ourselves.
Antilius, I have always been a fan of yours. You know what's up.
Thank you.
If we destroy the
So,
laser, I imagine that'll cause enough of a stir to at least get people to start moving out.
If we did free Hergeron, do you think we can convince him to hold the tower for a little bit longer?
I doubt it. Maybe, but I imagine he'll probably have some animosity towards
We
Sidon.
can always try to talk to him first before we free him. We could start at the bottom. We could talk to Hergeron. We could figure out.
Oh, that's our entrance too. The exhaust port at the bottom near him.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is the
It's,
oh, see, the
Sorry,
exhaust
that's
port's
small,
not. It's not a. No, I'm not even gonna take us there.
Katia just looks at you, Orin, and she says,
Hey,
"No,
this is
we're
what
not-
I
oh, we're-
deliberately said. Oh, see, this is we're
Okay,
not
okay,
we're not gonna Thanos him. I shouldn't even
Listen,
have
we
thought
all
it.
read the thread
I
in
sh-
Discord. We are learning
Yeah.
from others'
Oh,
mistakes.
man.
Oh man.
Hergeron grits his teeth. Wrong exhaust port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we start at the bottom. See if we can speak with Hergeron. See if we can convince him keep holding the tower even after he's freed. Maybe bring him onto the SIBO network.
What if we could get him to just move the tower entirely?
Just shake it so all the people fall out the side.
Oh my god.
It's not a salt shaker, Orin.
I'm just
Orin,
throwing.
you feel someone watching you
I'm
from
just
across the ship.
spitballing here, you know, making sure the questions are asked. Get the creative
that is
juices
fair.
flowing.
They're good.
That's the look on her face as she's staring at you from across the ship, listening into this conversation.
Or with his low insight, he nods sagely. Yala appreciates. Gotta get everything out there.
What exactly is Hergeron holding up? Is he holding up just the tower or the whole damn island?
Didn't you guys get a cool picture of that at one
Yeah, I
point?
think we did.
we-
I just
Yeah.
I forgot.
He is like kneeling on the floor of the ocean, holding the entire tower up, like Atlas holding up the world. Because if you're gonna build a city-sized tower, you might as well build it on your big brother.
We're sailing, right? We're
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I need to know where you're sailing.
Praxis.
Praxis.
Praxis. Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
also need 12 hours, guys, so you have to leave me alone for 12 hours.
Well, it's gonna at least be a day,
yeah.
right? Because it's what 1d4 plus 1 minus 3. Is that right? So minimum of 1. Am I? Let me double check.
Don't you have the macro?
Yeah,
the macro for it?
-2, -1. Yeah. I
That
think
was
so.
that's in the old
Yeah,
world.
we determined that the -1 gets canceled out, so it's just like a -1d2 or whatever.
I think it's 1D. It was a 1D4 minus 2D, 1D2.
No, it's a D3 minus a D2.
Yeah.
D2 minus
What?
D2. Yeah.
It's 1 + 2 + 1 + 2.
Yeah, because if you look at the
I love
Because the
that.
two, the plus one, and the
Ultros.
minus one cancel each out. So it's just a 1D3 minus 1D2.
All right,
Oh,
let's
it's
see.
1 + 2 + 2 + 2.
Nope, not that.
I get that
Oh
reference.
snap! -1.
All right, we were
All right,
there.
well,
We actually went to
before we get
Praxis
there.
before we picked up Maya.
All right, listen here.
1 day.
It's a
Minimum
minimum.
one.
It's a minimum. It's a minimum of 1 day. All right.
Can't be a minimum of 12 hours.
No. So as you guys are heading over, I will point something out to you. This death laser. It's just gonna blow up your ship. So like, I don't know what your intentions are.
A
but
fully
as soon as-
operational battle station?
Yeah, as soon as it sees the Stormbreaker, it's going to fire on the Stormbreaker. Like you will be blown to smithereens if they spot you sailing up on the tower. Also, the tower is surrounded by the reserve fleet, which is so many ships that you barely can see the water.
Fuck, I
These
can
are also there are also Geigen-sized ships, which I think you guys learned about.
Yeah.
And so yeah. All of this would be reiterated to you by Katya, who you have given a body, which is a great move. So Katya says there's only a few ways to get into the tower without being spotted and activating the defense of the tower and destroyed. One, we go to heaven, we find the gate into Praxis from heaven, and then boom, we're in the tower and we got to go to heaven. The downside of that is that I don't think some of you would be able to survive a trip to heaven. Let's see, Thyleans use the Elysium, the arboreal fields. Yeah, Elysium. So essentially, you're gonna go there and be filled with heroism. And the more heroic your heart, the more likely it is that you will not be able to ever leave, because essentially being in a perfect realm of perfect heroism will become too addictive, and you will not be able to leave. One side quest will lead to another, and a series of mini quests. There'll be a side
Tell me about
story,
it.
and then the next thing you know, everything here will have already happened. So I don't know if heaven's really the best entrance or exit strategy. The other option would be to airdrop. We fly up real high. You guys know about Skyhold, right? You got
Mhm.
that? Yeah. Oh, wait, we
You haven't
never got.
been.
Oh, we never got that. Oh, well, that one's out the window too. Okay. So the another thing that we could do then would be, I guess, the butthole.
Walking
Yeah, we
along,
got to
yeah.
go up. Yeah, we got to go up the butt.
Walking along the
Now,
bottom of the ocean.
Sidon does keep a number of powerful sea serpents as pets. So they will be defending the underwater portions of Praxis.
You can talk him
So you
down, though,
do
right,
need to.
Andronicus?
I mean, we only sort of did that to the last giant monster that was defending something. The giant air elemental.
Well, you're gonna need to figure out a way to get whoever you're taking with you past a bunch of sea serpents and to this exhaust port. And apparently, you want to dawdle and have a palaver, a little tea time with Hergeron.
Suppose we could always go your route and just have sex with him.
Well, I mean, that would be awkward for Julian, but
Would it though?
yeah, just for Julian, not for him. Man, it's such a shame about Skyhold. Oh well. Well, Orin, you do have that really cool buggy that you over there. We could try the flying in route, but the top of the tower, where the laser's located, is guarded by two Elder Tempest. You guys ran into an Elder Tempest when you were trying to get into Charybdis. So just imagine what you dealt with there, but two of them. But it shouldn't be a problem because we're just going to skydive down past them. Then we'll be at the top of the tower and we could work our way down. Of course, Sidon's penthouse is at the top of the tower, so you might just be skydiving directly into a fight against Sidon in his place of power.
I think we should work up from the bottom. Give us time to clear the tower out.
Ah, yes, clear the tower of thousands of bad guys. Yes.
Exactly.
Wait, are they all bad guys?
Really takes me back. And then she closes her luminous robot eyes and she relives the optional side adventure that was published for this campaign, where you play as Esther and his homies in a suicide mission of attacking Praxis.
Mishka Peterson was not a fan of it's apparently quote, very problematic.
Yeah, it uses those good old second edition bounty rules where you keep track of the different
Years.
creatures you kill and you get points for them. I got another Minotaur. That's 50 more points. Yeah.
Still only counts as one.
Oh man. So those are her 3 suggestions, but really it just comes down to one. She doesn't think that you guys have the capability to do an airdrop successfully. She definitely doesn't think Orin, particularly, should go to heaven. And yeah, I guess underwater is your best route. There's no teleporting in and out of Praxis. There is forbiddance and other similar magics baked into every brick. Because remember, at one time, she says, remember at one time, Sidon was the god of time itself, and magic, and crafting. When he built that tower, he built it with his own imagination. It doesn't follow any rules. Admittedly, nowadays, he's just a bumbling idiot who lives in a tower that he probably doesn't even understand half its features, but the tower itself is still formidable. But hold on. There are shells. You could think of them as keys. They are crystalline conch shells that are attuned to individuals, giving them access to different floors and rooms within the tower. All of the doors have a artificial intelligence sort of feature where an eyeball opens and it scans you and it figures out who you are and where you're trying to go and what you want to do. But they're not very smart. So if you have one of those shells and it's attuned to the right person, you could use it to get around the tower quite quickly. There's also an elevator system because it's thousands of feet tall, so you don't want to take the stairs.
That's actually good
Yala
information.
says, I have a key.
Mhm.
She's on the B team.
Can one key be used for multiple people, Yala?
I guess.
Oh, Yala says, it should. If I say you're my guests.
Is there a limit on guests?
Shrugs. I don't normally bring anyone to Praxis.
We'll find out then.
I do have a room there, but I never use it. Katya says, I wouldn't really depend on that. It's not a secret that she's hanging out with you guys. I'm sure her access has been revoked. Sidon might be a fool, but the people working for him are pretty intelligent. His son, Hergeron, for example.
Crash. Did I see any large trees on the tower when I was doing the scrying in the garden?
Yeah, you saw a garden. You saw trees on the garden, but none of them seemed to be big enough for people to get through. If they were small, like little tiny mice or something, maybe.
Okay. All right, so that's not worth bringing.
No, I mean if you turn everybody into little mice first.
I can't cast spells then. It won't work.
Oh. Katya says, I'm not trying to bust your balls or make you sad, but I just want you to be realistic about this. I watched a team of heroes go in there and just get decimated. I mean, it was so bad that Damon, took a vow of silence over it.
Our best bet's going past sea serpents.
Seems
get
like
close.
we're gonna
What a brilliant idea, Oren.
We get close enough. We get close enough to Praxis that
How are we gonna get under?
gonna swim.
Well, for starters, you'll have to turn off your water walking spells.
Sibo can cast his water breathing.
I mean, as soon as we go into the water and not on the ship, we're at the mercy of everything that's in the water.
Absolutely.
Does anyone have any sort of illusion magic that can help hide us?
That will be useless against any of the gods.
The gods might not be in the water.
The serpents.
I mean, I have invisibility.
Now, don't forget the lesson you learned in the Nether Seas. I mean, a good distraction would probably be very useful. Also, are you sure you don't know anyone that could make all of us really small? It sounds like that would be the best thing. If Maya knows of a teeny little tree, we could all be teeny and just pop out of the tree. You do probably need an exit strategy still. So, would we just stay teeny the whole time? That seems a little dangerous. Weren't you a little teeny guy for a while, Sibo?
Yeah, I was. I think the Lotus Switch did that to me. Well, to be fair, I did that to myself through the Lotus Switch.
Kadia smiles at you. This guy has an internal locus of control.
Say internal Lotus.
No. I mean that you like to pretend that you make things happen to you, and things don't just happen to you.
Oh, I mean, I chose it for sure.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm of the same mind. I'm of the same
Yeah.
mind. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I have invisibility. If we get rid of the no teleporting in or out thing, I can get us out with Word of Recall. But,
With it being baked into it, I don't know if that's possible.
Right.
Well, one of the things I was thinking about was transport via plants. If there was a way for us to, let me see. Hold on, let me just check something about the spell. How long does it last?
Is that specific for trees? Or would it work on seaweed?
Spell creates a magical link between.
Has
It has
to
to
be
be
some
larger.
ill-effect
No,
seaweed.
it has to be. It has to. It can't. It doesn't work on small plants. It has to be large or larger.
Would it work on a
So it
large
doesn't
clump
work.
of seaweed?
A
It's
seaweed
a large
form,
plant.
so to speak.
Isn't coral?
Seaweed is an algae.
It's a plant, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Algae's a plant.
Uh huh.
Yeah, but seaweed.
It's not large or larger, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
Some seaweed is. There's seaweed forests, right?
they are, but I
Yeah.
mean,
It has to be something I've seen though. So
yeah.
All right. So we're reading this spell.
Wait. But Maya, large size indicates what? It takes up 2x2. You saw trees that took up 2x2.
yeah, that's what I was asking. If there's any large trees in the garden?
Yeah, I meant here's my take on it. It has to be a tree, and I'm sorry, Magic System in 5e. It has to be a tree that you could physically climb into and out of. Is my definition for the spell. So if it is large enough for the travelers, it would be large enough. So if you did want to get teeny tiny and do the super dungeon of this campaign as little tinies, then it is definitely within the realm of possibility.
What about driftwood?
Well, I'll have enough spell slots if I save my 6th and 7th level to cast it twice. That could be an in strategy and an out strategy.
Driftwood is a corpse. A corpse is an object, not a tree anymore.
Fair enough.
Okay.
What about a giant stick bug?
Love, that's a bug, not a plant. Nice try.
Damn it! Ah, try it again.
You should be excited because that could be your afternoon snack.
I would have been. There's eaten right afterwards.
I kind of got. Let's see. I think there's something with I feel like you could do something with plant growth and transport via plants to get a discrete entrance.
Plant growth takes 8 hours to cast. I'm growing a single plant.
No, it's only if you do there's 2 versions of plant growth.
Yeah, the one makes all normal plants that are there spread and become difficult terrain, and the other one is you channel energy into a single plant and cause it to grow.
Hey, this is 5e, baby. There's more than just what the spell states. It says all normal creatures become thick, or all normal plants at 100-foot radius become thick and overgrown. Sounds like they might be large size.
What's it? Well, you know what it sounds like. Get ready for it. The DM's interpretation, the cornerstone of all 5e design.
Exactly. That's why we're busting. All right. So here's the trick. We airdrop in from the Orin chariot from 500 feet in the air. We airdrop in a small shrub.
tower's over 1,000 feet tall.
All right, from 2,000 feet. I don't care how high we gotta go. But we airdrop in. We've got Sibo, Maya, and a bush. They're invisible, and maybe have non-detection or something cast on them from Chandros. We drop them in so they land near the beach, and then Maya plant growths the bush into a big enough spot, a big enough bush that we can get out of it, and then transport via plants back to the ship and come and get us.
Huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
All right. Tear it up, and then give your own ideas. All right, guys. if anybody else has a better idea.
Great
I think it's
role-playing.
All right.
The
Oh
fight-
yeah. It's a horrible idea, guys. Everybody's got a much better idea. All right. Who's got the better idea? All right. Anybody? Oh, nobody. Looks like we're going with the bucket bush plan. Let's go.
thing is that distractions we don't have. I mean, we don't have a lot of time to set something like that up. So,
All right.
let me see.
Sounds
here.
like you got plan number 2 cooking then. If we're shooting down
Good
plan
thing
number
we're talking
1.
about this. It's a good thing we're talking about this as we're leaving Thylea's island, so we have
True.
a whole day.
Wait, here's the other thing. If you are the ship has to use the Antikytherian, it has to have a destination. So like, yeah, so if you are punching in the coordinates to Praxis, the ship has to go to Praxis. Otherwise it risks getting lost at sea. But you don't want the ship to get too close to Praxis or it will get blown up.
Yep. So yeah, we anchor it out of sight, so where we can see Praxis off and then using I don't know.
We can't really topple Praxis
Yeah,
either
if
because we need to have land for it.
Praxis can see us, and they hit us with the laser.
Well, obviously, we fucking stop before we run into Praxis. We can have a scouting party or something. There's ways to not get spotted. All right, we could have like somebody a mile out relaying through the sea.
Blue, damn it! It's gonna
We have
blend
sirens. We have
All right.
sirens.
Maya, with your tremendous perception, you hear Katya talking to many of the people on the crew, and she says, I can't believe they didn't go to Skyhold. This is ridiculous. Now they want to go to Praxis and save everyone that lives there. How do you deal with this? And then Yala says, the problem is that they keep letting Oren talk. I think less Oren and more Maya, and they could really get things done.
True.
And Corinna looks nervous. Like, she has opinions, but she's afraid to voice them because this seems very controversial.
I
Yeah,
have
let's
a quick
just
question.
agonize over not doing anything, and then not do
Ka-
anything for
Katya
4
says-
hours.
Let's find out what this robot has to say. And she pulls the sheet off of the Calic 9000 and stuffs the jelly in there. And it powers on to life.
What the
Nice.
So good.
She has a gun.
She looks around. She's just like, what happened? And she says, Katya says, upgrade. And then Nessa runs up for grief counseling. You know, for the death of her brother, the death of her humanity, you know, that sort of thing. All right.
I have a question with regards to the super laser on the top of the tower.
Sure.
It's a star, a sentient star. That
Allegedly,
powers
yeah.
it. Allegedly.
Yeah.
And when we scried on it, I don't believe that enough information was obtained as far as deactivating it. Is that correct?
Deactivating the
that's right.
laser. I think we originally were thinking if we could find Joyous, maybe they're actually secretly a good dude and they've built a weakness into it, or we beat them up until they tell us how to disable it. That's what we spitballed all so long ago. But no, we don't know any weaknesses of the laser itself.
Because I was thinking with the sort
Other
of
than
the
collapsing the tower.
Yeah, exactly.
alternative to collapsing the tower is we cast invisibility on those that are going in. I'm not quite sure if we have enough spell slots for that. And then we can feather fall in to potentially land on top of the tower. And if we're invisible, maybe we can buy ourselves enough time to avoid a fight straight away with the air elementals, and maybe we can talk to the star, and maybe the star knows a way to get free. If someone on the outside does it.
Once you cast Featherfall, you'll stop being invisible.
No, Grandma Kadia says, "Don't worry, my passive B team ability is the seeming spell, so you at least have a disguise. But it's an illusionary disguise, so Sidon and any of his little Koopa kids will be able to see through it right away."
Wait, so if someone could make us smaller, you could make us look like crabs or something, and we could just scuttle our way along.
Oh,
the
that'd be
bottom.
so cute! Oh my gosh.
I mean, they'll see that we're just small versions of ourselves.
Well, yes, the people that could, yeah.
The gods will, yes, but that like the sea
Yala
serpents.
says, "I would see."
The sea serpents don't have such abilities, do they?
I mean, Kadia says, "I mean, I'm not sure what he's got down there these days."
Just categorically, regular.
No,
sea
on the
serpents.
average, no. On the average, no. It sounds like you're all over the place, guys. Do you want to just swim over to the tower and go up the tower's butthole, or do you want to get small and go through a tree, or do you want to drop out of the air? I mean, you have to pick something.
Exactly. Indecision is worse than
This
no
is like Xander. Yeah, this is like Xander's challenge all over again. We're running out of time. Or, hear me out, you just free Hergron, we head to Mitros and get ready for a fight.
Nope.
Do you not like the idea because it's my idea?
No.
No.
Is this because I'm a woman?
Katya, let me try real quick.
Oh man, when she says that, Orin, you see Yala stand behind her, cross her arms. You see Corinna stand behind her and cross her arms.
Maybe
No, it's because your idea involves killing thousands of innocent people.
Corinna walks away.
But
There's just a Katia has a very high charisma score, and it seems to just be working itself on the crew that she interacts with. She's one of those people that could say the most horrible shit, and people are like, "But maybe, right?" Like, give her a chance to speak. That's all I'm saying. Give her a chance. Yeah. Fortunately, we don't have anyone like that in real life to worry about. But in this fantasy game, yeah.
Big oof.
Okay, so the three ideas between going through transporting via plants, skydiving, or going under. Let's walk through them. If we're skydiving, how are we going to get everybody flying up in the air over Praxis without being seen?
Yeah, so about 1,500 feet in the air. So I hope you're good at not breathing.
Very high constitution. I hold my breath for roughly 7 hours.
Ooh, this is the 5th age of magic. That's true.
What was the flaws with the transport via plants plan?
I guess you guys don't want to be small.
We're going to go through all three of them and see which ones we can achieve. So first, we'll start from the top and work our way down. The skydiving. How do we fly up and get everybody up there to skydive in the first place?
John just
Well,
knows
two
fly.
of us can go via the chariot.
Julian has boots.
his boots. I can cast fly, but that's only for the length of the spell.
Oh, Sibo, you also know that 1,500 feet is fine. You'll all be able to breathe. She's just being dramatic.
I don't say anything.
Okay.
The biggest issue with
I want to undermine her.
the biggest issue with going out in the air is the two air elementals, the storm tempests.
Okay, I understand. We're going through each. We're doing each step. We're doing each step.
So mechanically, how do we do it?
Yeah, how do we fly up there? If we're going to try this, what first step is getting up flying? So we have Chandra's flying, we have Andronikos with flying, we have Orin with his chariot, and
you can take your dragon, right?
Julian fly.
My dragon only lasts an hour, and that will be a spell slot meant just to fly up there.
All these people you recruited, and none of them are able to fly or carry you?
Chandras and I can cast Chandra's floating disc. We can each.
That has to stay on the ground.
He's floating what now?
What? Oh,
Did.
that's
Sorry.
down. All right,
God, you
okay.
did.
Oh, I'm sorry. These audio ports, there's a little static. I heard the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Just keep going.
An hour is plenty of time to get above.
Do we want to? Okay, so that's Sibo
That's
spinning a
in.
spell slot, Chandra spelling a spell slot, Andronico spelling a spell slot.
My spell
Or-
my fly is only 10 minutes. We'd have to. I don't know if that's enough time to get from wherever we'll be to that high up to over to Praxis.
Okay, so that's the first part of the flying. Let's move down to the tree.
Right.
How do we get everybody's?
Chandra says, I have a question about the flying.
Mm-hmm.
If the Antikytherian is needed to navigate to Praxis, the ship will have to stop at Praxis or risk being lost at sea. But we can't get the ship. We can't actually get the ship too close to Praxis. So once we are close enough that we can see Praxis and hopefully they can't see us, we're supposed to then have your flying team go fly, and we just sail around in circles, hoping that we find a small island to realign the Antikytherian on.
The Antikytherian with us as part of the fly team.
Yes, and then we could sail around. Yes, that could work.
Anchor down in place. Stay put.
Oh, that feels like a bad idea. The anchor's incredibly heavy and the ocean's very deep. We would want to stay mobile, I think.
Okay.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so that's the beginning of the drop. We'll move on to the next one and we'll come back to each.
Sorry, one last thing. That means you would need to make sure that you key the Antikytherian to take you from Praxis back to another location, probably Mitros, and then get back to us on the steadily circling but staying out of sight ship. But then you could just use your plant spell to get back, yes?
Or
Mhm,
Sibo.
mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
actually,
So
we
in
probably
that case,
can't.
hear me out. Couldn't we just sail? You hop off. We keep going indefinitely, so that we're not tipping them off that we have come to Praxis. We just sail aimlessly, hoping against hope. And of course, if this doesn't work, we're out of hope anyways. Then you appear on the ship, and then we know that everything's okay, and you've got the coordinates, and then we head back to Mitros.
That's true. That could work. The problem is that if we collapse the tower, the garden won't be there anymore.
Ah, yes.
Sibo's spell can return us to the ship.
Returns five
that's
of-
true,
you can
from
return
the
5 of
water.
us. Only 5 of us.
Wait, what?
Your spell only can return 5 of us, right?
Adia says, wait, aren't you Dragonlords? Why don't you have Oh, right, you didn't go to Skyhold.
Guys, I'm telling you, I have Sheepbo over here that will allow me to cast it twice. It's the only reason I'm
that's
making
true.
Sheepbo.
Yeah.
Literally the only reason I'm making Sheepbo.
Is he going to? Then he has to survive our entire trip on Praxis.
Yeah, he'll be with the B team.
He's got his token. Look,
He's got his token.
stuck there onto his chest.
Also, if I understand correctly, I haven't talked to
you cannot put a simulacrum on the B team. It is in the cornerstone of all B teams in all universes.
He's not on the B team. I'm asking him to stay with the B team.
Oh, okay, but then he would be essentially a solo adventurer who could then be targeted and have to fight a solo battle.
He'll survive.
Oh god. Oh jeez.
If I remember correctly, when
I am not kind to simulacrum. I need you to know that.
But what if you call it?
It is a busted mechanic. It is so stupid. I am allowing it.
Shitty spell. I agree.
I am allowing it so that all can experience it and know, but I am not a supporter. Okay, like if I catch Sheepbo unattended, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Okay, I need you to understand that.
Oh man.
I hope it doesn't rain out there. It's gonna be messy.
He's not.
So,
oh my god.
okay,
No,
so
he's still made of shit, Crash.
He's not like Mr. Hanky, okay? He's not like an actual turd. He looks like you.
Oh,
he just
boy.
happens.
I'm trying to make you enjoy him.
Oh man. Is it working?
Doesn't Halos have similar spells? Does he have? Or is it only Eldritch Blast that he had?
Halos had whatever you were at the time, so he's like level 12, I guess. He's a level 12 version of you.
He has it also.
But he's on the B team now. He does B team stuff.
Perfect. So he can be on the B team and cast that when it's time to go.
If you use one of your very precious, for again, the super dungeon in this campaign, if you use one of your slots to bring Halos, son of Sibo, if you want to get rid of all his other B team abilities and just say he is there so that they can escape, that will be fine.
That will be the option that I would choose, yes.
Okay.
If that allows us to stop bitching about what option we take.
I don't think that will help at all, but you know.
Okay, so let's go through the other two. So if we wanted to start with the plant one, how do we get everybody small?
Why do we want to be small?
That's the only way we'd be able to get through the plants.
Yeah.
Get through the trees, the plants that are there.
Because there's no large plants.
Yes.
Their plants are.
Well, not big enough for us medium people to walk through.
Yes, thank you.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm guessing we don't have a way to get small.
Julian, I remember a long time ago you were able to enlarge things. Stay able to do that or no?
So Julian, you know there is a way to get everybody small, but I don't know if you want to tell them. When you were a student of the Lotus Witch, she took you on what she called a magic school bus field trip, and you are still haunted to this day about how that went down. But you do know someone who has the power to make everybody small.
I feel like the question.
It's a question of being able to access that ability at this point.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, we don't have the time.
It shouldn't be making us small. It should be making the tree or that plant big enough that we can get through it.
Oof. So Kyra says that's just not how she does things.
If that's the case, I mean, the issue is that where we're trying to go to, if we're there already and we're trying to leave, we can probably cast enlarge on one of the already larger plants. Maybe that's large enough for us to walk through. But I would, I don't. So the plants that I saw there in the garden, were there any that if I were to say cast enlarge on it, would it be large enough for us to transport via plants? In that case.
You're gonna cast the enlarge spell on the tree?
On the plant, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
And then would that be large enough for us to transport via plants through? It would be there for 1 minute. It'd be enlarged to one size larger.
If you found the right tree, yes.
Okay.
But I can't give you 100% guarantee. Yeah.
That's an exit strategy. So now. It's not an entrance strategy; it's an exit strategy. So right now we don't have an entrance strategy for it.
And don't forget Heaven's one, because then you could just plane shift everyone from Heaven back to here. You guys have plane shift. You have plane shift, right?
I do.
Okay, good.
Oh, see.
But I don't have the materials for it.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Find him in the tower.
Materials?
You won't find them in the tower. Oh my god. Cuddy storms off.
We can find
fork.
it. It's a magic city. We can find him in the tower.
I have residuum.
Okay, it's 250 gold worth.
Yeah, I have 1,800 gold worth of residuum.
Residuum could be used to make it, but if you read the actual material component, it has to be an attuned material.
We can find it in Praxis.
An attuned material.
Yeah, I mean, look at the plane shift spell. Material component: a forked metal rod attuned to a particular plane of distance. Yeah.
Okay.
So in order to attune it, you need to go to the place where you want it to be attuned to, and a boat is, for the purposes of this, is definitely not going to count as a place because the boat is constantly moving around. The plane shift spell is going to a fixed location on a plane.
Okay, so then that's not an option then.
I mean, it's an option. You just have to stop somewhere.
think the
Okay.
double cast Word of Recall is
All right,
our
so
only way out.
Katia storms back. She says, "What about teleport circles? How many teleport circles did we collect during our adventure?"
None.
She storms off
Uh,
again.
So
We can't
Okay,
teleport
so-
in anyway.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
can teleport out.
We don't know that we can teleport out, even if it's destroyed. And I thought that was one of the concerns.
We're destroying the tower.
Yeah.
We
Once
cannot.
we're inside, we'll power down the defenses.
Oh, all right.
is that something that can be powered down?
She looks at you, Julian, and in her luminous robot eyes, there is a pleading look, like, I understand everything now. Inside the locket, I didn't know the burden you carried, grandson.
We need to just destroy the tower. Just free Hergeron, have him topple it. Done.
No, that's not. That's not how we do things, Julian.
That is not how we do things
It's how we're
normally.
going to finish
But
this.
what other options where we can continue the fight afterwards remain to us?
If we're not even trying the right path, then how can we claim that we're doing better than before? Toppling the tower and killing those people to destroy the lasers, that's the easy route. It's the evil one.
It's the achievable route, because we haven't found a conclusive method of getting in and out via plant growth. There are too many ifs
And that's
in
why
the
we're
plan.
and that's why we're talking it through right now, Julian.
And we've
we haven't got-
completely ruled out the aerial
haven't-
method
we have
because
two
it
ex-
took too many resources.
Okay,
I mean, we
okay,
have-
so listen.
So you'd rather
Listen, I have
topple the
my-
tower. You'd
water
rather
yet.
topple the tower and kill thousands
I-
of people than use some resources.
I have
Too
a
many
clipboard.
resources
I
for the
have
city
a
full of people.
clipboard. I put it
Lord,
down. I
the
put
clipboard.
listen. I put mass genocide down on the clipboard. Okay, so we have that as an option now.
Put
all
one
right?
vote down for it from Julian.
Technically, it wouldn't be
Fine. I put a
genocide.
big J next to it for Julian. Now let's go to the next idea.
It technically wouldn't be genocide because they're not like a single racial group.
Oh yeah, no, he hires everybody. Apparently, he's very equal opportunity employer.
Yeah, so
In
it's
fact,
not-
different
it's not
floors of the
genocide.
tower are.
Less murder,
Yeah, it's kind of nuts, right? Like,
Uh,
I honestly think he's a
right.
bit he's a bit less racist than my sister.
Oh,
If I'm being
can
honest.
you
so-
change
so
it?
going
Can you
through-
change it to
going through
tower
this-
side?
To what?
The tower side? It's because it's not genocide. but we can call it
Okay.
tower
What
side.
did we just?
Okay,
Hey,
so-
listen, I just changed it to mass murder.
Okay.
Okay, so
Wait, no,
going through-
wait. War crimes.
So
Okay.
going through all the options that we've gone through so far, we have
Mhm.
two exit strategies right now. We have the two world recalls from SIBO and
Alice.
Halos, and then we also have the enlarging a plant and transport being plants out. We have two exit strategies right now. Okay, we just need to find an entrance strategy. The air one
Alright.
could work. It just requires a lot of resources. Let's
Mhm.
talk about swimming below.
Wait, I have an idea. Kyra says, "What if we mailed ourselves to the tower?"
How does that work?
Well, wow. Okay, so when
Alright, even if
alright,
they're 2-day
so
shipping, we don't
my
have 2
maybe
days.
this is a Drew thing. So mailing things is when you send them to other places.
I understand. How does we
oh.
only have 1 day, so how does that work?
Okay. Well, obviously we faked the delivery. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't really mail ourselves. Like, one of us would wear like you know, the sirens deliver the mail, right? So one of us would be a siren, and they would have a box, and we would all be inside the box, and then the siren would fly to the front door, because you don't shoot the mailman, right? And then they would be like,
We-
"Oh, a package for the Tower of Praxis. I need someone to sign for this. I'm not leaving until someone signs for it." And then they take the box inside, and then bam, you're in the tower.
How do we get all of us inside of a box?
Okay,
It's a
so
big box.
I don't know. Is this another Drew thing? So you would open the box first, and then you would.
It's a question of
Climb and-
size.
Oh, this would definitely be another get small thing, because I just think that's so cool. I don't know, like it'd be
Okay.
really neat. Because imagine the morale hit if Sidon got bested by mini heroes.
Okay.
I would be the Siren Delivery Girl. I'll risk it all if it means mini heroes. It'd be so easy for us to sell action figures afterwards.
Is that something we want to do?
I've been doing it for a while. How do you think I get the money I keep giving you guys?
But you give us money?
Oh, I thought you had maybe 500 years worth of savings.
Compound interest.
She doesn't say.
Hey, I save money. You don't know.
No,
I had
you earn money and you spend it.
Listen,
Also,
you don't remember like episode, I don't know, 28 when you went to my posh country manor? I have
No,
lots of
I
money.
do remember, but how much does that cost you to maintain?
Real estate is money. It's called equity.
Right.
okay, so
If you weren't a wandering hobo and you had a real job, you'd know. Sorry, that was a very motherly thing to say. I think you're great. I'm just really I'm really stressed right now.
Okay, so okay, mailing.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we? If we want to do underwater and into the exhaust port below, how do we get underwater?
We have water breathing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maya,
So
you're asking a lot of obvious questions today. Are there deeper layers to them, or?
Yeah. So we get in the water and we start swimming. We're gonna swim there.
Yes.
Okay. How many of us have swim speeds? Or really good at swimming?
I have a very fast swim speed.
Nikephoros.
Okay.
Who I am resummoning while this conversation is happening.
Okay.
Could you summon a dragon? Could you summon a dragon with a swim speed?
You know,
Sadly,
hey, listen, there is a dude who gives 2 people a swim speed. I'm just saying, there's a dude that gives 2 people a swim speed.
And he's a great fighter.
He is one of the greatest and one of the bravest and strongest fighters in all of Thylea.
He's got a great mindset too.
All right, I'm going to give you access to Nikephoros so you can set up a summoning and all that stuff that you may or may not want. There you go.
Wait, do I have? Oh, I need to set up all my summonings all over again.
Maya, with your incredible perception, you see a large crowd is gathered around Katia, and she says, "They don't even have dragon mounts. Dragonlords? When they said they were doing things different, I guess that was I didn't expect that one." And there's some chuckles from the crew and the B team. But anyways, continue your meeting.
You may need to give me access to the all the Pokemon.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Okay. So we have water breathing just to breathe in the water. We'll just get in the water and try and swim towards the exhaust port. If we run into the whatever is guarding the exhaust port, we end up fighting that to try and get in.
Yes.
So I think it's very similar to airdropping, where if we spend resources, we get to we airdrop, and hopefully those resources allow us to avoid the air elementals. If we go underwater, we spend less resources because we're not spending anything to get into the water and swim, but we might have to fight the 2 whatever guardian 2 or more or whatever is down there to that's protecting the exhaust port.
That's accurate.
Okay. So I'm thinking it's enter into the bottom, enter into the top, exit out the middle where the garden is. How's that sound?
Sounds doable.
Where in the plan does the tower come down?
After the tower has been properly evacuated.
Right.
Or
then
an
how
effort's
do
been
we
made.
leave?
Through the trees.
The only leaving plan that works is Word of Recall. We cannot leave from the plant if the tower has been destroyed.
Well, when the towers are coming down, it should be suitable distraction to fly out.
You wouldn't be able to leave with Word of Recall unless you dropped the interior defenses to allow teleportation.
Or
we're going to be in the water at that point, right?
Or if we jump out the window, and because it's 1,500 feet up, we have 3 rounds of falling.
Well, I mean,
not anymore.
do you just want Kanye to give you guys like the rundown, like the Chandris rundown of the place? Would that help you with your decisions?
Probably not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just the fucking.
Do I want it?
I mean,
Yes.
the
Will it help
part of
us
why
with
you
our
gave her a
decision?
body, I thought, was not so that she could undermine you and try to steal all of your allies, supporters, and resources. It was so that she could tell you how to, how to deal with the tower. Do you want her to give you a walkthrough
Yes.
or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, all right, here we go. Traveling to Praxis is an ordeal. He has his reserve fleet. He has his reserve fleet there. It would be impossible to approach by boat without being spotted. There is no way the Ultros would be able to reach the tower without being destroyed by the reserve fleet or the Fallen Star. That's the official name of the laser, by the way, is the Fallen Star. Which is pretty fucking cool, honestly. Inside the tower, which is the size of the tower is, oh my god, 1,500 feet tall, 420 feet across. Each floor is at least 80 feet high. Every stair averages 3.5 feet tall. So, smalls, you basically can't use the stairs. Mediums, it's an ordeal. Let's see. The tower has potentially 16 or more floors. It's last time she checked, it was 16. It could be more. Sidon built this when he had the domains of time, magic, and craft, which means that he literally could have just dreamed it up, like, Infinity Gauntlet. Like, it'd be pretty cool if it did this, and it'd be pretty cool if it did that. Sidon's preferred form is 27 feet tall and weighs 15,000 pounds. So the tower is built mostly to accommodate a being of that build. Just to give you an idea of the scope of a lot of the features inside. The average door inside is 20 to 30 feet wide and 35 to 50 feet tall. Doors, big doors, like double doors, are 40 or more feet wide and 60 or more feet tall. All doors require a minimum strength of 20 to open, or you have to be a huge or larger creature, or you have to use an action to do a strength check, aka athletics, 18 plus to open the doors. It's every time you want to open a door that's unlocked. All of the lighting inside is magical. Most of it is continual flames. Many of them are stored inside crystal balls because that looks sexy. The lights are controlled by command word. It's basically just the Titan or Giant's Geigen word. Lights on and lights off. The lights can detect this being said in a 60-foot radius. I guess that could be abused hilariously if you needed to. It should be relatively easy to sneak around because all you Star Wars fans, you're basically on the Death Star. It is a city, right? It's really big. So most people, as long as you look like you belong, are not going to arouse suspicion. However, creatures that can see through magical disguises, if they see that you all have seeming, they will immediately wonder, why do you have seeming on, right? And that will draw their attention. Most of the building is made out of adamantine. How could there be so much worked adamantine in one place? See the earlier comments about being the god of time, craft, and magic. He just said adamantine's pretty good. Those of you who've been paying attention, adamantine requires constant radiant energy to work, and once it has been turned into a form, it's pretty much stuck in that form forever. It is one of the strongest metals in all of Dungeons and Dragons. The tower, by the way, is made of that. So is awakening this dude gonna break the tower, or is it just gonna send the tower tumbling into the sea? Let's see. With all this adamantine already being forged, there's no point in trying to gather it for yourself because it would be impossible to reforge once it has been forged into a thing, especially by the craft domain, as it were.
The whole tower has a forbiddance effect that exists on a floor-by-floor basis. There is no teleporting into or within the tower. Each floor has a control panel. Control panels have alarm buttons. Patrols and guards will always try to go to these control panels and hit the alarm buttons. Once they do, the entire tower goes into high alert and lockdown mode. If you make it to a control panel, you can try to dispel the forbiddance effect, but only for 1 hour at a time. You can attempt to do this with a dispel magic that has to be cast against a 9th level spell, or an Arcana skill check of DC 25.
Ooh.
All right, Sidonites either have a brand of loyalty that allows them to freely teleport as needed, or a guest pass in the case of the Furies and some of the higher-ranking demons. Guest pass is another form of the crystalline pendant seashell crystal conch stuff that was mentioned earlier. This is what those look like. They are set up and attuned for specific users to access specific things within the tower. The tower's defenses include the menagerie of sea serpents in the water, the living storms that live at the top of the tower, Astrape and Bronte, the two elder things. Those two have pet storm griffins that they keep. The griffins live in roosts up and down the sides of the tower. There is a big laser at the top. You've already heard all about that. Down at the sea level, there is the docks district, and this is just full of Geigans and sailors and naval stuff. So that is a thing to worry about. The front gate, which is where Esther and crew just use their big dicks to slap down this 60-foot wide, 80-foot tall adamantine door and then storm the entire tower from the bottom to the top. They don't recommend you go that way. From the sky, you're dealing with the two storms, their pet griffins, and possibly getting shot with this death laser. Underwater to go through thing, we've already talked about that. You're looking for the water intakes, essentially. There is a basement level that is where the water intake, the sewer expulsion, the water pumps, and all of the sort of maintenance of the tower exists. The first floor of the tower is basically a big area for worshiping Sidon. There's a statue there that is 100 feet tall. This floor has a 120-foot high ceiling. There is a walkway that leads from the front doors to the stairs and the elevator. The rest of the room is water feature, and it is full of devil sharks. All right.
Man, when those devil sharks, Bobby Boucher.
So there are floors dedicated for troop barracks and training grounds. These are essentially small city districts divided up by race and or size. So there is a floor for Cyclops, there's a floor for Minotaurs, a floor for Centaurs, and there is a floor for mediums. So humans, satyrs, nymphs, elves, dwarves, all those people that, are doing that. Level 2 of the tower is the freezer. This floor is perpetually frozen. They use it as a freezer. Level 3 is the prisons. This is where the deep crows and harpy jailers keep the prisoners of Sidon close to hand. Then there's the forge, which is basically where they do all their cool building of magical weapons and artifacts and, robots and that kind of stuff, war machines. Then there's a floor called the Heavens. This is the floor that actually connects to heaven. And from heaven, the greatest fighters throughout the history of Thylea have been invited back by Sidon to fight one last battle. This is where Sidon's heavy hitters, his best of the best, hang out, including yeah, like his generals and just like all his best peeps are on Heaven floor. Then there is a floor called the Throne, and the Throne is essentially the top of the tower, and that is where Sidon is located, and Sidon's vault. And then I think there's another floor in between Heaven and the Throne, and that's where the Koopa kids all have rooms and stuff. But they might all be... No, I think the kids live on Heaven also. So yeah, Sidon pretty much has the Throne all to himself. And then of course there's the roof, where the big laser is located.
Nice. Piece of cake.
All right. I guess, do you want a list of notables that are in the tower?
Sure.
Okay, so this is brainstormed from all of your B team plus Grandma Katia. Essentially, Halcyon for sure is going to be there. Bad Halcyon. As Sidon's current lover and favorite child, she's basically second in command of Praxis. Hergeron maintains quarters in Praxis, but also on Yonder. So there's a chance that Hergeron will be there as well. Galaron has been called home, so he is either off with the forward fleet, or he might be here at Praxis as well. And then Talius has been called home. He might be here, or he might be with the fleet closer to Mitros. He has sort of a head of house, like a best butler kind of thing, and that guy is a dwarven Medusa. Yes, his beard is made of snakes.
Oh my god.
He is a former Aresian monk who specializes. His name is Obstacles Stoneshatter, and Obstacles Stoneshatter's eyes were destroyed by Esther and his assault on the tower 500 years ago. So he had to learn over the last 500 years how to turn you to stone with his punches. So one punch to
Bruh.
turn you to stone, and then one punch to shatter the stone. So this guy will 2-hit kill you.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
What floor is he on? Unknown.
He basically.
Steve, I have a new idea for the build for Kingmaker.
Hey, if you want to play a Dwarven Medusa, I'll support that. I'm sure Battle Zoo has that shit covered. So there is that guy Obstacles Stoneshatter. Generally he stays in Heaven or Throne. But he is, he's the head of house essentially. So he handles like the running of the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's kind of the noteworthy person. I know it's a lot, guys. I hope I didn't just dump too much on you, but like you're forewarned is forearmed and all that.
All right, so we're gonna start the planning phase over again.
Yeah.
If you need, honest to God, I'm sorry to say this, but if you need to, this is a pretty big deal. Like if you cock this up, I mean, it could be real bad. You do not, and I need to. You do not have to go here.
Yeah, we could just get shot by the Death Star later instead.
You could, yes. So you do not have to go here. I want that to be clear. This is optional content.
Before we
we
do
have
this,
to get-
can you tell us what the damage roll for the Star Laser is?
Is it a siege weapon?
It involves multiplication.
Hell yeah! Okay,
So
the
it's
last time that we had
20.
dice rolls that involved multiplication, they were always like sub 15. So
My bad. There is a floor in between Heaven and Throne. That floor is called Noble. That is where the Koopa kids live, and also the Furies.
Nice. Our allies.
No.
Sure, yep, absolutely.
All right, see, but when the laser shoots at us, that's when we bring in calculus, and she turns it from a bunch of little rolls to one big one,
1D,
and then
whatever it
and then
is.
we hope for a low roll because we're getting shot with it anyway. You know, it could end up being a 1.
And then,
That would be
And then-
amazing.
All right, it sounds like we just gotta send it.
right,
There's
think
so much.
Anybody who doesn't want to just bring the tower down, you guys are the distraction.
All right,
Julian and I, let's go talk to the.
Warren will take that. If you want Warren to move up through, I'll try to get to the prison level and get as many out as
No.
possible.
I absolutely think that we should make sure that anyone that's not like a horrible abomination that's living in the prison level gets freed. Like everyone else, like I would like to try, but if they don't, I'm okay with still bringing the tower down.
I mean, I'll be 100% honest. Like I do not want to do this, but
You don't want to do any of it. You don't want to do
I
the
don't wanna
dungeon
do-
at all.
I don't want to do it at all. This sounds fucking awful. This sounds absolutely awful. But that's me talking, not Sibo. Sibo.
You guys know that I want to run Kingmaker, and that I love you guys, and I've loved the last 3 years that we've spent together. I rebuilt this entire super dungeon from scratch because it made no sense. So I made maps of every floor of this. These are huge fucking maps, 450 feet across. I made 10 custom maps for this part of the campaign.
I thought there were 18 floors, Crash.
Well, 10 floors that are worth your time. There's 10 floors that are worth your time. I am okay if you skip this content. Like, I'm telling you that. Like, I will be okay. I put a shitload of time and energy and love into making this an incredibly cool super dungeon, but you do not have to go here, guys.
Oh, I think the characters all want to do this.
Okay.
I think the characters all.
Oh
want
yeah,
to, because
player me knows this is a terrible idea.
Also, I want to point out the no one's asked about the windows yet. The windows are, of course, walls of force that are controlled from the inside. Because again, he was Magic Man. He just made it happen.
There's one thing we haven't talked about yet, and I don't want to bring it up, but I'm going to bring it up. We can sending my dad and find out.
Yeah. That has the potential of him ratting us out and them knowing that we're coming now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
But so it would.
Well, they probably they probably expect us anyway, you know, right?
I mean, yeah, probably.
No, they don't. I mean, it's not supposed to be our advantage. Is that hubris? He doesn't expect us to do anything.
Yeah, true.
Hergaron probably expects us to come and try to stop the death laser before it shoots Mitros, right?
I mean, does he know that we know there's a death laser up there?
I think anybody that's seen the Tower of Praxis sees the laser.
I mean, we've never been to the Tower of Praxis.
Yeah, I guess we haven't been to the tower.
We scried on it.
Yeah, that's the way we found out about the and we made sure, based off of, I don't know, maybe we were seen. We don't know if they've seen us yet.
Yeah, as far as
they know we know.
I think we should work under the assumption that they probably suspect we're gonna come. Yeah. We should probably work under that assumption and then like be pleasantly surprised if not. But we shouldn't do anything thinking like, oh, they're not suspecting us, you know.
Okay, at one point we picked up a bunch of Sidenite supplies. Like, do we have Sidenite weapons and like Sidenite emblazoned armor on the ship?
Oh yeah, I saved all of those back from episode 5 when we fought
from the super soldier,
from the Oracle super soldier. I saved all of those. They're
oh yeah, because you guys were afraid to sell them because it would be sacrilegious. Yeah.
So
there's our disguises for when we go in, right? So that we can just
didn't
act
we
like
use
we're
those
supposed
when we went
to be there.
Didn't we use those when we went to
Yonder?
Yonder?
Maybe.
I don't think we disguised ourselves as Yonder. I thought we went stealth mission.
Yeah, we were disguised. We were disguised in Yonder because that's how we, came in on the boat and were able to walk around there and then get to the place. Then once we got there, I don't think we had to. I think we were in disguise the entire time while we were on Yonder.
Oh, then we still have them. Perfect.
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 So we're gonna disguise up after we get out the exhaust port.
I'm actually against reaching out to Joyous. I think that I don't think he would believe that I'm here or alive anyway. I think he would think it would be very random because I can't reach out to him. Somebody else would have to do it for me.
Awkward.
So that it's an option, but I think it's a very poor option. Just putting it on the table.
Yeah.
Even if we're in disguise, how do we get up there without them blasting us out of the water?
Yeah, that's the part where we have to like walk across the bottom of the ocean or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Swim.
you either have to approach submerged, so you're hidden by both the ocean and the extremely large reserve fleet. That would be so you'd be only dealing with underwater, but you would either way, if whatever way you do, you would, according to Chandris, bring the ship as close as you dare, and then you'd have to go the rest of the way either underwater or in the air.
I prefer underwater.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then you have to know if you could survive possibly several miles of underwater adventuring with sea serpents and the like.
I think that's probably where disguise, like seeming us as like the most evil of. Oh no, wait. Even Sidon doesn't like dolphins, right? So, so we have to
A
like
pod of
disguise
dolphins.
as a
Kill on sight.
like
yeah.
school of tuna or something.
Yeah.
No, we don't want to be prey fish, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be too delicious, right?
Something.
Okay.
Something.
Also, I think seeming makes you look like humanoids. Let me see.
I don't know. They did the cow thing in Critical Role.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's the standard for Dungeons and Dragons. This spell allows you to change the appearance of any number of creatures you see within each target gets a new illusionary appearance. Yeah, sure. You could be sea cows, manatee. There you go.
We should
could
probably
be-
okay.
Manatees,
wanna be-
perfect. That's like the lawful. Well, that's like the neutral good animal of the sea.
We could be kelp.
Like floating kelp.
Floating. Yes.
Yeah. We could be big jellyfish too. Like
Yeah.
nobody likes to like you wouldn't eat jellyfish.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, except for that.
Like dolphins eat jellyfish, but they're fucked up.
Yeah, once again. And the jellyfish would come here because they know it's a safe haven from the dolphins. Like we even have an in-character motivation.
Oh,
In-character
I was still working on my jellyfish backstory.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, I think underwater is our way in. I think jumping out and or swimming in Word of Recall is our way out.
Yeah, because the garden. What floor is the garden on?
Up. High.
9th floor.
So that's like one floor below Sidon and between the floor of heaven and the forge and the kids.
Is that where the control panel thing is too? Because
Well, remember every floor has a
has
control panel.
okay.
I know, but sorry.
So,
Every floor has a stairway landing because they all share a central staircase. Generally the control panels are next to each stairwell.
So surely there's like an alarm system, right?
Yeah, they run the.
Absolutely, Yep.
So surely we can PA and be like, the tower's under attack, evacuate. like there's got to be some way we can do a tower-wide warning.
So from what we heard is that if the alarm goes off, the tower locks down.
Yep. Like in
But there's
every shitty action movie.
Well, we don't set the alarm up necessarily, but can't we just like PA system give an evacuation order?
Yeah, you could try.
would they believe to leave the tower made out of
Look,
adamantine?
at that
Adamantine?
point, it's their own fault. I don't know. Like, there's only so much we can do to get people out of here. We're not gonna physically drag everyone out.
I like that. I think we clear the prison floor and then like stealth our way up, get to the prison floor, clear the prison floor, and then hit the PA system on the way out, and that's give them like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or however long it takes to
Oh.
get back down to Hergeron.
Oh, here Candy would draw you guys this as well.
Ooh, nice. Okay, print that out.
I'll pin it for you also.
Perfect.
Now
Yeah,
this is an approximation. This is an approximation. These are the floors that quote unquote matter.
I think we seeming to the exhaust port, get up into the basement, and then we don our disguises and try to get up to the prison without rousing alarms. On the prison, it'd be nice if we could keep the alarms from going off.
I mean, honestly, if we can get to the control room in the prison, like we can use that as the. I'm assuming that's where the prison controls will be as well,
True.
for like the doors and such. So we can sort of on our way through the prison to the prison control room, when we see prisoners, be like, "Hey, yo, we gonna spring you,"
Yeah.
so that they're ready, and then
But that-
like hit the button. And
So this- No, go ahead, finish.
so there's the wall of force windows, right? I'm assuming even into water, jumping from the windows from the prison is probably fuck. Okay, how are the prisoners gonna escape?
Yeah, there must be fire drills. Yes.
We'll take them at the bottom with us.
But
They
but,
do
but, but then what?
a-
We don't have an extra boat.
Man, I really wish I still had the tree in the bottle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Surely they're getting deliveries or something, right? Like there's got to be a dock.
Yeah, the entrance. Yeah, there's a dock
So-
area at the bottom of the entrance where all the
So
all the
hopefully we
Daigons are.
can we can
We get them all out.
We'll have to have worked our way up from there, right? So we can give the prisoners specific instructions. Here is how you get to a ship. And I think that's probably the most we can do for them. If they're entangled in a fight on our way back down, like we can help them get to a ship.
Yeah, we get them out of their cells. We let them know what's going down, and we try to get them an escape route. And I mean, prisoners that are high enough value, I guess, to be locked up in Praxis, they might have some alternative means
Yeah, true.
once we unshackle them or whatever. I feel like we need to have a rough idea going in. I think we've got a good rough idea, and then like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
we're
a
gonna have to
it's a high level,
improvise
yeah,
spells.
it's a high level mega dungeon made by a god, so there's gonna need to be at least amount of improv.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so I think right now we've decided that we're gonna go in from underwater.
Yep.
Yes.
We're all in agreement there.
Yep.
Okay. What do we need to do? What do we need to do prepare before we enter in? Regardless of what the plan is inside, what should we do before we go in?
We need to bring a Herger onto the SIBO network.
How long does it take you to cast that spell, Sibo?
Who is
Bergeron's the dude under the tower, right?
Yeah, Herger under the tower.
Right. I mean, it's an action to cast it, right?
It has to be a
Sounds-
willing creature within range. And the range is 30 feet, by the way.
He's not within 30 feet of his head. It could be with 30 feet of his hand, you know?
Okay, are you currently within 30 feet of him?
No, we're
No,
talking
no,
once
when
we
we
get
get there. We're talking about when we get there.
Okay.
Actually, yes, Crash. We're at the entrance to
Well,
tower.
I'm saying it's a ritual spell, or right, you can cast it without it being a ritual, but for one action, but
Yeah,
you'd burn one of your spell slots.
Okay.
Mhm.
Also, we don't have a bolt for Hero's Feast.
You don't need that. Going in hot.
Okay.
I mean, now's the time to use Residuum if it will help. I have it.
It could be a good call.
Yeah.
All right. So we need to communicate with Hergeron somehow. let him know what's going on. We don't want to free him immediately, in case he's got some built-up animosity towards dear old brother Sidon, and just dumps the tower immediately.
Yeah, it's impossible, right? There's no way he.
Yeah, definitely he's enjoying it. Making mad quad gains down there, holding this tower.
Right?
For an amount of time that is not recorded by
Indiscriminate.
history. Yeah.
He's not switching legs though, so
He might be, Every once in a while he goes into a squat, Tower rises 100 feet or so.
He's
that's actually that's the tides here. That's the tides here. It's
him
just
switching.
just Erdogan switching legs. Yeah.
Every once in a while he goes into like a bench press.
All right. Okay, so we're going under. Does anybody need anything before we do this?
Last will and testament.
Everybody have their spells set up, and
You'll need a
Oh,
B
anything?
team.
Well,
Maybe team.
we've taken a long rest, right? Like it's gonna be a long.
You
rest
will have gotten a long rest, yeah.
So yeah, we want Katya, we want Yara.
I have to tell you again, you will be traveling miles, many miles under the ocean to get there. Just to make sure that you're planning around all of this. That is just to get to the tower. You'll be traveling through miles of sea serpent infested waters.
Sheepo will be completed by then. I'll just.
Okay. Sheepo, I just duplicated your sheet. So
Okay,
just remove all of his equipment, obviously.
Yeah, I have equipment to give him.
Okay, but we'll strip him down so he's totally naked, except for your abilities at the time that you built him, which is when I copied your sheet. And then you have to manage a second character now. So that means if you don't show up, you're making David manage 2 characters now, which is terrible.
I'm going to a wedding next week.
Don't worry, I'll run Sheetbow for you when you're not here. I'll run
Don't worry, Sheepow's just gonna dissolve in the ocean because he's made of shit and it's just water.
Yeah, I think he should be okay. It only turns back into shit when they die, I think.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I wish water would take him out.
Oh my goodness, right? There's gonna be a trail behind him.
He's my least favorite character now.
Alright, which B team member would be the best for traveling 20 miles underwater?
We have to have Halos.
Cred.
Hell yeah.
Did you fix this axe to not do damage every round?
What? Did I do something?
No, Andronicus, the axe head, that still does damage every round.
It didn't.
Yeah, if you're not, he's immune. Yeah, because he's immune.
Yeah,
he's
I'm immune to lava.
Yeah,
we have
I'm
a
not
couple
gonna-
more
I'm-
of the scales, so you can.
I'm not gonna take this thing. Why
Well, you
would I
can-
do
you-
that?
Are you immune to lava?
No.
You can slot the scale into it to
Did you
become.
slot? Yeah, did you slot the scale?
What? No. What scale?
The lava sauce scale that we got.
Isn't that still in the weapon?
Yeah, that's true. It would be. It's on my sheet.
Oh, then you need to make sure it's like affixed to the So just update the weapon to say that it's in there, and then delete the scale.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right, I'm giving it to Sheepo.
I don't know. It was kind of funny because your voice went up like a whole octave.
I was thinking I'm taking damage this whole time. He's like, you want to give up your, you want to give me your Rod of the Pack Keeper for this weapon that does damage to you? All right, easy.
So B team we're taking, Katya, right?
Was Koch's B team ability?
Katya's B team ability is passive, seeming. Katya can cast seeming.
Nice. Okay.
She needs to rest 10 minutes between castings.
All right.
Activated, reckless time abuse, action. Katya casts time stop with the following changes. When time speeds up, you suffer 1 sack consequence for each round of the time stop.
Holy shit. That's excellent. What's the cooldown on the time stop? Is that once per long rest?
Short rest. Everything's short rest now.
Dang. Okay, that's pretty good. All right.
Everything short rest.
Orin thinking about having bad luck spiral and losing
Hey,
half his
hey,
health, and yeah, he's like,
the
half my health. I'd almost be ready to use my new spear.
Yeah, the
Okay.
trick the trick is once you got half. Well, yeah, the trick is once you've lost all your health and got bad luck spiral, how much else could happen? You know, like.
That's true. Once you're at the bottom, you're really at the top.
Exactly, it opens up a lot more options.
You're.
We have to have Halos for the plan.
Yeah,
I'll add
Talos,
Katya
we
down
want
in the
Katya,
mythic
and
section.
we
There
want
go.
Yala
Okay,
for
so
sure.
so that's 3 already. So Halos, Katya, and Yala.
We need cred for the swim.
Okay, it's cred, so that's 4.
So are you bringing Sheetbow in case you need to teleport them out, even though he would have to sacrifice his normal B team abilities to provide this benefit, or are you confident you can find another way out?
I'm bringing Halos.
Oh, so you are bringing Halos. Okay.
And then I'll bring Sheepo as well because.
Well, he doesn't count, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I already spent.
But he's still a body, so you still need to be responsible for him, and
Yes.
he still, have resources for him and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
He's giving me a piggyback ride right now. So.
Okay, who's our last one?
Telemachus.
All right.
So you're not gonna bring PTOS? He really wanted to go.
That's true. We did want to bring Pretios so that he could.
But if you don't want to rob the vault of, if you don't want to rob Sidon's vault, I mean that's fine.
Okay, how about we bring Pedios, and his first mission before robbing Sidon's vault is robbing the prison of the prisoners.
He can steal 1 thing per adventure.
Steal the freedom of these wonderful people.
The freedom was stolen.
Well, give it back.
He steals their
Yeah,
captivity.
there you go. Well, he doesn't want to be in captivity himself.
You guys saw in the document I updated Pedios so that his abilities make a little more sense, right?
He's the world's greatest thief.
Yeah.
All right.
There's even an editor's comment.
Telemachus of Pedios.
So you're not going to bring Antonia, who's competitive spirit. At the completion of a long rest, choose 2 PCs. Those PCs gain advantage to all D20 rolls that are contested by or made alongside the other selected PC. And the activated ability Spurned. You're critically hit by a creature, or a creature makes a successful save against one of your spells or abilities by rolling that 20. Make that creature for the next 3 rounds. You have advantage to attack rolls against that creature. And it has disadvantage to saves against your spells. And that's pretty fucking good.
That's
like a boss. That's a boss killer right there.
Yeah, but you gotta get critically hit by something.
Or they have to succeed against one of your spells or abilities. That happens to spellcasters all the time. Yeah. Well, not to Maya. Her DC is so fucking high. But to Julian, who has a slightly normal DC.
I don't know why we haven't used Antonia more. Is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't this. She didn't have this before.
Also, have you seen her eyes? Those are crazy eyes.
Yeah.
You know, the eyes just by themselves seem less crazy.
And nobody wants to ride this Pigo into battle. Porcelain, by the way, is now a large-sized creature. She's spent the entire Odyssey just eating.
I mean, she has been hanging out with Sidon. Not
with Pythor? Yeah.
Pythor, Jesus.
It's okay. No, not Jesus. Just Pythor. Jesus is later. It's like chapter 12. So.
My children, why do you fight?
Oh, not that Jesus. You'll see.
Oh, Jesus! Okay, got it.
You'll see.
All right, what else you guys got? I mean, you ready? You ready to swim in? You ready to do this thing? Do you need a little more time? Once you're in, you're in.
I mean,
Like we
does
have,
anybody else have anything?
like we
All right,
have as good a plan
so
as we
you're
got.
not bringing Kyra. That's an interesting choice. Okay.
I mean, she can't go. If she's there, then she breaks.
Mm,
This is a day before the Pact of Peace ends.
fair. Okay. All right. So let's check again. Hallows for sure. So you are or not bringing PTOS.
R, I believe.
Okay, so you are bringing PTOS. Okay, and then you're bringing Katya, and then you said Yala.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, once per short rest, just killing somebody is pretty good.
Yeah. We have
Okay.
two of them.
Who was your fifth person?
Telemachus.
for the swim
No,
speed.
Cred. Sorry, Cred. Yeah, Cred for swim speed.
Red. So no Telemachus. Oh man.
Yeah, I know that's tough.
Cred gets to
Yeah.
go to the super dungeon. Oh baby.
It's like
You
he's like,
better update his morale right now.
he's like, you guys are
Oh
bringing
my
me because of my
God.
fighting prowess, and we're like, yeah, all right, cred. Now we need to be able to swim.
All right, so Cred can have two people. It can grant swim speed to two people. Which two people is he giving it to?
Can he double Andronicus' swim speed?
No, I think,
Again?
He cannot.
he-
Now
he-
keep
he
in mind
does-
the real benefit in 5e of having a swim speed during underwater combat
Is that you
is
can attack with
you
anything
can
the
use
way you
any
normally would.
weapons and just live your life the fucking way you want.
Speaking of weapons,
Uh-huh.
I have changed the Titan's Bane into a Warhammer, and I have the magical shield from Letharia's stash.
Okay.
Also, is anybody bringing the lance?
Yeah,
I have
In Titan killing lance.
Nathan, I have to ask, since I'm being realistic here, we only have 45 minutes left in the session. We may or may not get into some shit tonight. Did you want to stop being a paladin starting next session? Or do you have a not paladin Andronicos like that you just had in your back pocket? Or have you abandoned that cause and you're going to stay a paladin?
barbarian.
I briefly
Well,
considered
here's the
switching to
thing: his
barbarian.
oath, was it to a god or was it?
No,
a
my
different
oath
spell?
No, it was just right. But he's talked about over the years now that his disillusionment with just all of this is really pushing him away from the whole package. And so we had talked a few times about whether or not he wanted to even continue being a paladin.
Yeah, and
so I'm asking after everything that's happened, is that
he will still have his oath to
Uh-huh.
Callius, but it won't be where he gets his power from anymore. Basically, yeah, I will switch in between sessions.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Might actually start getting attacked.
Nah,
No.
Nah.
it doesn't happen to Tiernan either. Not very often.
Yeah.
So.
It happened a couple times to Kishara, and she just died.
Yeah. That's what you get for being a rogue.
She had like 4 hit points, I think. I don't
She
know.
really did.
Yeah. I would be like, yeah, and they corner you and they attack, and you're like, I died. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, that's
Um,
number 6, I guess. I don't know how many times.
10 hit points don't stack, right? That's a.
Nope, you get the best, the highest number. All right, so who's riding on the cred? Who's gonna ride on the cred ski? It's like a jet ski, but cred.
Can cred make the chariot give it a swim speed?
No, the chariot does not want to be pulled.
The chariot is going to have to be turned into a Hot Wheels and put on your boat.
So when you suggest that such a thing, the chariot rolls away from you. It looks back at you and then turns away.
Wasn't something I said.
All right.
You're learning, or it's got a little sass. It's got a little sass.
Or in the he nods. He's got land vehicles proficiency, so he expected this.
chariots are such prima donnas. Wagons are far more down to earth.
That's for damn sure. This is like the Pegasus pony versus the Earth pony that is the wagon for you bronies out there. Anyways, all right, with your.
I mean, Julie doesn't have swim speed, so he'll take whatever advantage he can get.
All right.
Plus, he's not strong.
Cred says, "Hold on tight, dude, but don't punch me this time." And apparently, he still remembers when you physically abused him. You know, him being a child. He remembers that. All right. Anyways, who else is gonna ride on the Kredski?
Or he'll just take the he'll take this swim speed.
Okay, so Oren's gonna ride on the Kredski. All right. So Maya, how are you gonna be swimming? How are you gonna survive?
I'm gonna wild shape into something that swims.
Is it the controversial thing that you turn into?
Yeah, but we're gonna be seen.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Oren covers Cred's eyes.
Oh, it's so terrible.
Oren covers Cred's eyes. He puts those horse blinders on him.
All right. How are you gonna transport your B team? They don't have swim speeds. They survive underwater.
I mean, don't they just get tugboated behind Yala?
For the part of the challenge of Praxis is getting into Praxis. So you
How long
have
does seeming last?
she can re-up it every 10 minutes, but I believe it's 8 hours.
And she can we cast seeming on both groups and
Beaming
them...
doesn't give you abilities. It just
I know.
Yeah.
But like if they're, normal people that don't look like they belong there. They seem to look like they belong there. Would she be able to just enter in as Yala?
Oh, I mean, you could risk it, but if she's on the no-fly list because she, I don't know, betrayed the family and is helping these fated heroes that are going up against them, then probably be you probably just wouldn't have a B team for this mission.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to bring a B team, but if you
I'm
want to bring them, they have to be able to actually get there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a way that
you guys are level 13, 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons characters with access to spellcasting, so you should be able to make anything happen and rise to any challenge. You're wielding +3 magical weapons. You have boons,
that gives you
homebrewed feats. I mean, it's all there, baby. Everything you need.
Unfortunately, we don't have a wizard.
You should have like 3 apparatus of Qualish by now. Just, crawl along the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, that doesn't move with you.
The problem is that
that only lasts an hour. That doesn't work.
I'm looking too.
Yeah, I don't really have anything.
I mean, you guys have water breathing, right?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, but nothing to give them a swim speed.
Okay, I mean, you'll just go slower and more chances for encounters.
I think we're just gonna have to suck it up.
Yeah, if we're gonna go slower, we'll probably swap Cred out for Telemachus.
Oh, brutal.
Well, keep in mind that having a swim speed allows you to fight well underwater. And I mean, if you're moving slower, you're probably gonna be getting into fights.
Not for seeming to dolphin.
These guys are too tough. Let's get out of here.
No, we're seeming into jellyfish.
Oh, is that the plan?
A mix of jellyfish and dolphin working together.
Oh no.
Okay, well then it's definitely just an attack. So of course we're gonna get it.
They've
Okay, if that's it, I just needed to know if they're gonna be going with you, you'll just be moving slower. That's all. I just thought maybe you had some way to, get everybody there faster. That's all. Okay.
not really
All right.
movement oriented here.
It's okay.
I've been walking for the last 13 levels, all right.
We've all been. The only person who's been flying is Julian, really.
Hallis gonna have to get that chariot going.
Easy.
And I'll go ahead and Heroes Feast us before we go.
There you go, Orin.
Perfect. Shrinks down to pocket sized.
Alrighty. I guess we'll just move into some adventuring.
All right. Before we go, Orin will.
Oh.
He's going down to the armory and the chest that we keep squirreled away. That we keep the Nightmare Spire. He'll take it out and he's going to wrap it up in a.
As you open it up, of course, like there's like these whispers of like evil and madness, and there's like a ha kind of sound of like souls trying to escape. Okay, got it.
Yeah. He's like he kind of shields his eyes against it. Yeah, he frowns. He goes and he's gonna wrap it up with a loose cloak, just get it wrapped up, and he's not gonna attune to it yet, but he will fix it over his back because we're still doing
down deep in the ocean. What's your ability to see looking like?
dark vision.
Everybody good? Everybody can see in the dark?
Yep. Yeah, I have
Goggles
dark vision.
tonight.
Yeah.
Sibo, you're good?
We confirm. That's a good question. Doesn't Sophia?
You cut out a little bit there. You talking about Sophia?
Yeah, doesn't
Well, yeah.
Sophia
I mean,
have,
Sophia, but then you'd be in a coma, right? Seeing through her, like your body would be like, "Arr."
No, wears a helmet, right? Isn't that the?
You established precedent.
In
Not-
moments
That
where
works for calibrating the Antikytherium, but I don't know if that's going to work for a fight.
You need to move your body around, then that doesn't work so good,
Nope, can't see.
Okay, so you guys may want to address that.
Ah, there's a druid spell for dark vision.
I would need to attune to. I mean, I would need to prepare it.
Right. And we're assuming that all of this planning is happening on the way there. So
It doesn't actually, in Find Familiar, it doesn't say that you can't move. It just says that you can't see or hear.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because I felt like I've done this when fighting petrification issues. I wear as a helmet and I look through her and then I just act as normal.
Oh, right. Because like they had that one guest on Critical Role who played a blind dude, but then he had like a little hummingbird familiar and all that kind of stuff. All right, I'll just kill her. I'll just kill her and blind you. That's fine. All right.
Okay. But
Cool.
the good news is Sheepo has Shitfia that
She does. Does he cast Find Familiar? Because your
No,
Find
no.
Familiar, your Find Familiar comes from a boon. So
Boone, yeah, he doesn't have it. No, he doesn't.
wait, you know what? On that note, now that you've reminded me, how petty is she feeling? Would she take back? No, she wouldn't take back a gift given. That's classless. Okay, fine.
Oh, that's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah, nah, shit. Yeah, no, she's not that petty. I mean, she's pretty petty, but she's not that petty. So
Because I love Valis.
if she hasn't figured out you by now, like I mean, she sees in you the things she doesn't love about herself, but somehow finds them more tolerable coming from you than from her sister.
Uh-huh.
All right.
No, that's who?
Yeah, right.
There would be. I'm sorry, Oren, to do this to you in this role-playing game, but there would be some role-play scenes that people on the ship who are not going with you would need to get out of the way, because this might be the last time they ever see you. Because there is shit inside this tower that is worse
Literally.
than dying. It's worse than dying. All right. Oh dang. I just got a picture from my dog's lawyer about not sharing my peanut butter toast earlier. They're gonna use this one in court to show how abused she is. God damn.
And by your dog's lawyer, do you mean your kid?
Yeah. So this might be the last session we get to play. Actually,
Ah.
maybe they'll let me play from jail. I don't know. God damn. It's my peanut butter toast. I'm sorry. It's been a rough weekend.
Well, I mean, the worst that they're gonna do is fine you. They're not gonna prison you because pets are property. Like,
okay. Dang, problematic.
yeah. Don't at me. That's the law.
Yeah,
I have dogs. Don't at me, internet.
Okay. So, anyways, all right. People are they're gonna try to talk it out to you guys. They're not gonna let you go without saying goodbye, giving you their love confessions and all that kind of stuff. So I guess I'll just hit you guys down the list. Here we go. This is the price you pay for your big V team. All right, Maya, your father seeks you out.
All right.
All right.
It's pre-dolphin.
All right. He says, I meant to catch you before you turned into a dolphin, but nothing changes the words I'm going to tell you. Do you dolphin sound at him, or?
No, I'm not turning dolphin because there's a time limit. I only turn dolphin as soon as you jump in.
All right. Take two. He says, I caught you before you turned into a dolphin. Good. That would have made things awkward. I understand that this Katya woman told you to make the whole tower fall down for an easy win at the cost of thousands of lives. Be honest. It is a tempting route to take. And I'm proud of you that you didn't take it. You and your friends always do things the hard way. Always choose the path of difficulties. But I think that's what makes you strong. So I'll see you when you get back. And with your high insight, you know that he said, I'm scared that I'm going to lose you. I love you. Please come back to me.
I will stand up, step forward, and give him a hard hug.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Then
yeah, he with one hand, he slowly moves it and places the hand on your back and pats 3 times.
She'll then release and say, I'll see you when we come back. Hopefully, probably stepping through that tree over there. And we need your help running Themis.
All right. He nods and he says, "Whatever you need, Queen Maya." Okay. Avo Wildblade. I mean, she's like, I hope you don't die. Blazing Ben is like, good luck. Brianna. So Brianna says, well, I'm a little surprised you didn't bring me, and that's okay. When I heard that you'd have to go under the water for like 7 or 8 miles, sea surf, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I was thinking the other day about how we met at a cafe, and then I think that same day Julian died. It was pretty crazy. And then you guys asked me to go on this just crazy suicide mission, this wild odyssey, and I never thought that my life would end up like this. That I would see the things that I've seen and meet the people and the beings that I've met, and I spent a lot of time real scared, and I spent a lot of time wondering what the heck we're doing, but also I'm glad, and I can't wait to see the end of all this. She gives everybody hugs that accepts hugs. She said her piece. All right. Chandras and Zamorak's approach. And Chandras turns to everyone and says, well, things began with a certain intention, and they have very quickly changed and shifted. You represented at first an opportunity, many opportunities. It would have been an easy thing to betray your trust for power and indulgence, but I have seen below the surface. You might come across to others as bumblers, fools, but I see the heart of it. I see that, yes, when it really matters, you have everything that a hero needs. Because you have each other. And, well, I think that will be enough. Within the tower are many secrets, many objects of power. If you can, you should try and access the vaults. What lies within could make the gifts of Lady Lutheria pale in comparison. And it could contain, well, things that Sidon doesn't want anyone to see. Knowledge is the greatest weapon we have. No doubt, that is where his secrets lie. Thank you for showing me that there's more to life than ambition. I will follow you to the end, and I will make the sacrifices as needed to see us succeed. And Zamrock says, and he hands you guys a basket of fresh baked bread.
Or nods appreciatively. Thank you for always being there to brief us and advise us before we head out to tackle what needs to be done.
All right. Glaxmus is still kind of mad at you guys. He hates being an owl.
Is it worse than what he was?
We'll come back around to Corita.
Okay. You liked being a crab, all right?
Let's see. So Crusher and Smasher, they roll in. Since they roll, we've established that lore-wise.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, like Sonic the Hedgehog. How did they both take like the same damage in that fight? That's wild.
I spread it out evenly to make sure that.
Man, you're really good at controlling bears.
Yeah.
Add that to your Tinder profile. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh my god.
It was already there.
So is Maya, are you gonna interpret for them or?
I can't speak to animals.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, they say a bunch of shit, and Kyra and Yala, who can understand them, they both are moved to open tears by the words that they share, and then they lumber towards you guys to bear hug you.
Oh yeah, I go in for that.
All right. It's painful and wet, and stinky, and they slurp you a lot. Is anyone carrying honey on them?
No, they got me last time.
All right. Yeah, they feel you up just in case, checking to see if you have any stashed on you. All right, and they wander off.
Just another reminder that I have a tattoo of Crusher on my ass.
Nima usually has tongues cast on themselves. Is tearing up at the Crusher Smasher's feet.
Oh, tongues. Wink. Yep, I got you. They have tongues cast on them. Yep. All right. So Falana approaches, and she looks over at Sibo, and then she looks over at Sheetbo, shakes her head. She looks at all of you, and she says, I know that if you fail, my life is forfeit. My soul probably forfeit as well. The horrors that I saw in the Nether Seas, they give me little hope that I have any sort of future, alive or dead, if you can't succeed. And while I'm relatively sure you can, even if you don't, the knowledge that I've gained, the secrets we've unearthed, it's been worth it. So thank you for trusting me enough to take me on this journey and listen to my words and help me find answers to questions that I've been asking my whole life. I could die or torn asunder in oblivion, but at least in doing so, I'll leave with the knowledge that I've gained. She goes to walk off.
Sibo will actually give her the book he found with Liren's people that had the history in it.
Oh, okay.
That potentially could do something with this if we don't return.
Sure. Right. She says, I'll keep it safe. Luck. She's still kind of mad at you because she insisted that you did not have to use shit to make that thing, and yeah, and there was a big argument between you, her, and Liren. It was a whole thing.
What side did Lyrian take?
Yeah.
Liren also did not think you needed to use shit to make it.
Damn.
She's like, why don't you use clay?
It clearly says snow, and there's not snow. So I can use whatever I want.
All right, Gillick's Brightcoin approaches.
Okay, right.
And he says, "Hey, I'm a big fan of your work, or I never would have joined up with this Suicide Squad.
I'm disappointed you didn't come to old Brightcoin for advice, for I knew the best way to get you in, and I'll never tell you now, except for 1,000 drachmae. Do you pay him 1,000 drachmae to find out his plan to get into Praxis?
I kind of want to.
How much money do we have?
I don't think we have that much money.
Can we give you an IOU?
Ooh, that's not good business. No, I think you got a great plan. I was gonna swim around, get eaten by sea serpents. That sounds great.
I thought it was all right.
Sure. Well, I'll just take my really good idea and head out. Maybe I'll see you again. Maybe I won't. Starts to walk off.
Ooh, I'm glad I thought he was going to ask about those canoes.
All right, I'll never tell you his cool plan. Let's see. This guy gets in line for the really heartfelt ones. Kyra has them sorted out. She's like, if you got a really heartfelt thing, you have to be in this line. Okay.
Oh, fuck, we're not bringing Jorgos. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
We're also not bringing Moxena for the petrification from what's his name who can punch you.
Magnan
Two.
Longaxe, he had to calibrate some engine room stuff, so he couldn't make it. He had a lot of
Okay,
things.
those are really important. Get those
Alright.
done.
All right, Halise goes to the I've got heartfelt shit to say group.
She shoos the Caledonia away. Man, all these people are kind of beat to shit, y'all. Let's see. Got. There we go. Heliodora, would she have anything to say? I mean, I don't know. She trusts you. You're fine. Hermione, she doesn't really say. Hermina definitely has nothing to say. You guys basically just keep her around to, I don't know, fly to shore and check for a place to land. Yeah, she scouts. She got a pretty good, honestly. She got a pretty good. Give advantage on perception checks outdoors. That's pretty good.
It's kind of a lower level thing, though, I guess, at the point where you're at.
Anything that lets you get over charm, though, you'll learn. You'll learn. Let's see. Calic. All right, Calic approaches in her robot body. This poor kid. She
Brad.
looks, she looks at all of you and she says, whether you live or die, I will fight to the end. I will fight for you. And I will fight for Harak. And I will fight for the people of Thylea. Thank you for giving me one more chance to fight.
Warren salutes her.
Okay.
Then nods sternly.
She waddles away.
He says that's the next Hops fighter right there. There goes the tank.
Is that your backup character?
Is a robot a Warforged centaur? Because that's fucking dope right there.
Yeah.
That's the backup tank right there.
Okay. All right, Lyrian Coldflame. She shows up, and she says, "I really appreciate it when you guys helped me unlock the highest tiers of magic. So thank you for that."
That highest tier of magic wouldn't happen to include a plane shift, would it? With the material component included?
He said, "I mean, I have a few attuned spoons, I guess, but I'm not
Needed forks.
Yeah, I'm not on the B team though. So good luck, guys." She heads out.
Warren shrugs. The water's safer, you know. Less chance of a mess up. Magic.
She says over her shoulder, It's not safer.
Can't be trusted magic, really.
You better be trusting it."
We'll swim. That's what we got cred for and Pat's cred shoulder.
Fred's like, we don't need magic.
Dude. All right, Lorius. Last of the best. He's already crying. And he says, I'm not crying because I don't believe in you. And I'm not crying because I think you're going to die in Praxis. I'm crying because I love you, and you you lifted me up from a dark place, and you broke the shackles that held me in the grip of a madwoman, and I've seen so much and met so many and loved so hard and so often. And thank you for all of that. Maya, you know with your passive insight, he is crying. He does think you guys are going to die. He definitely thinks you guys are going to die. All right, he rolls out. He can't believe that in a super dungeon where you're gonna have to take a bunch of short rests, you wouldn't want a guy that helps boost your recovery. But yeah, I guess you guys just think you got enough spell slots for a super dungeon, no long rest. But it's fine, whatever. All right. You know, just going into God's literal house, it'll be fine without good old Lorius. So Moxena appears. She was thinking about getting in this line, but she can say what she needs to say pretty quick. She says, Julian, our lovemaking is always adequate, and maybe we'll do it again when you get back. Maya. Queen Maya. I'm sorry for everything. I can't stop apologizing for the past. I just try to live my actions in a way that you might continue to find forgiveness in your heart. You saved me many times, but in the ways that mattered most. Thank you.
I'll walk up. Go ahead and give her another a hard hug and say, thank you for saving me so long ago when I was little. I wouldn't be here today without you.
As you hug, she whispers, please don't let that dwarf turn you to stone.
Oh, I don't want that.
You got banishment, right? Surely that creature's not of this world.
Okay. Julian. Antonia approaches. He was going to go to the heartfelt department.
Julian's
and she
already wild shaped into a dolphin.
She says, Julian of Mitros. It's high time we had a talk.
All right.
I'll make it quick. The reason I joined your crew. The reason I joined your crew was I hoped to steal you from my sister, upset my family, and maybe eventually kill you off and take whatever bounty you had claimed during this long, pointless journey. It was a bit short-sighted, what with me siding against the gods. But I was a very short-sighted and selfish person then. I understand now that the way I felt about my family, it was really just how I felt about a life I thought I had to live. Here on the open sea, pirates and monsters, adventures. I found myself, and I found my purpose. And that's more than I ever thought I could get from you. And thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you found your purpose, because to be perfectly frank, this may be the last time we see one another, and it's very hard to be a loving and supporting partner if you're dead.
Oh, yeah, I have absolutely no interest in you at all, just so you know.
Good.
Okay, good, yeah. Oh, man. All right, well, yeah, she gives you like a sort of awkward handshake, and she's like, okay, glad we cleared the air. Alright.
It's also
Heads
wrong,
up.
Julian. I know plenty of ghouls and skeletons that are very loving and supporting. One of my best friends is actually a skeleton. Maybe one day you'll get to meet Brutus.
Oh.
Georgos, for example, too.
All right, Tycon gets in line for the heavies. For the heavies. Folon, he approaches. And he says, "You there? No, not the foul-smelling one. No, not this one. There's so many of them. This one here." He looks down at you and he says, "I don't agree with your methods. I don't like the way you live your life. And I think that you are a disaster. But my sister loves you. You saved her life. More than that, you gave her a life to live. A way to discover the world. And you and your allies helped me find my beloved. Pulled me out of a terrible funk. I had given up hope, and you gave that back to me. In spades. And you freed my people from a terrible curse, the hands of a hateful witch. So, keep on keeping on, Sipo.
I reach up for uppies.
He sighs and he picks you up and then he gives you a hug. It is very much like a full-size man giving a toddler a hug. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. That's what I wanted.
And he sets you down.
Oh my god.
All right. Porcelain missed this whole goodbye. She was eating some cheesy flatbreads.
See was like if Tyrion was a chaotic neutral instead of lawful.
All right. Testicles approaches. I'm not stalling because I don't have the dungeon ready. The dungeon's been ready for like 2 years. I just want that to be clear. I just want you guys, in case some of you die, I want you to be reminded of all these people that you made me make stats for. I mean, I want you to be reminded of this incredible cast of characters that you have brought to life.
We're using new people here. I mean, look at this. What do we use? What do we use this guy?
All right, Testicles approaches, and he says, "I am very happy that we've made it this far. I have reason to believe that my brothers might be trapped within the Tower of Praxis. I would ask that you take me on this journey, but I am afraid, and also, I do not know how to swim, and also, I am afraid. But if you can save my 2 brothers, well, it would unlock our true potential." My brother, Spectacles, he is what you might call a nerd. I believe he's in the research and development section of the tower. He was working on yonder, but I had Liren do some scrying for me. She thinks that he has been moved. My other brother, Isocles, he is a frost mage with no equal. He is in charge of the freezer. Please, I know you have much to do, many burdens. I don't understand magic or any of the things that are going on, but I'm going to make this request, no matter how unreasonable it might be. Please! And he falls to his knees. Please, save my brothers! Please.
That's what we're going there to do, Testicles.
Oh, is it? Oh, I had heard you were going to beat up Sidon and do all sorts of... But you were just going to save my brothers. Oh, this is wonderful! Everyone! They're saving my brothers! He runs to tell everyone on the boat.
Well, them and the rest of the people in the prison or freezer. He'll figure it out.
All right. Steros approaches. He says, I will confess, I do feel a bit upset. I would have loved to see the wonders of Praxis for myself. The insides of
such a marvel of artifice would have been one of the greatest moments of my life. My father served in Praxis. I was supposed to be brought there, but, well, you know how our paths diverted. There is another Jankan who works within the tower. My father says he is a zealot with an evil heart. You would be wise to treat him with caution. It is likely he is on the Forge level. And you feel like he's telling you about like a mini boss that is in the tower. He says, yeah. He says, if you could acquire, and you see a yellow exclamation mark very said, if you could acquire for me his formula book, I might be able to use it to create such wonders to aid us in the battles that are to come. Please, keep an eye out for it. And then he gives you a look like, huh, I'm a Cyclops? I said, eye out for it? Like it's a fucking Marvel movie and he had to make a joke in the serious scene because, you know, God forbid.
It'd been about 6
God
minutes.
forbid, yeah, God forbid we have a fucking serious, you know, sequence in the movie. Anyways.
Yeah, I hate people that have to do that.
Well, we all have flaws. Anyways, Saris is going to, having delivered his mini quest, he's going to leave.
Yeah, Warren's got a writing on his arm. He's like,
Okay.
Forge, steel, book, 6-fingered, one-eyed guy. Underlines.
Endis approaches.
She's got a red mark.
Yeah, well, she died apparently. Hold on. All right, Endis approaches, and she says, "It's not like I wanted to go with you anyways. So, I'm glad you left me behind. Know this though. Everything that happens and everything that will happen doesn't change the fact we have one enemy. The people of Arisia know this. They will fight beside you when it matters. Go forth, be excellent, and return swiftly. There is no other option." And then she fucking leaves. Maya, with your incredible insight, she's so upset that she never gets chosen for B team missions. Is it something wrong with her? Is she like deficient in some way? Is like, do you guys hate her? Is it because she's a Arisian and she never learned how to socialize with non-Arisians? Like, what the fuck is going on? She's the strongest monk in Arisia. No one ever wants her around. Everyone on the boat hates her.
Maya calls and says, "And I'm glad you're on the ship to keep it safe while we're gone. Wouldn't have anybody else do it. Strongest monk in the Regia."
Oh man! All right, she stops. She says, "Whatever," and she.
It's because she's too short. If she was taller, she could come with
All right, King Stavros approaches.
I just remembered we're gonna have to give the Stormbreaker away once we finish this.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, King Stavros says, "Time is short. I just wanted to thank you for saving me from a living nightmare, and you know, I'll do whatever I can to help with whatever's need to be done after Praxis. It's very important you know that I do not want to go with you on this mission. Thank you, but I don't feel like I'm that in debt that I would go to Praxis with you. All right, have a good time."
You're rocking that hat, Stavros.
Thank you. I love it. All right. Pia's go with you. Calculus doesn't give a shit. Yalin's going with you. Carl. Carl's fine. Thorak, he's just vibing. You know, live or die. It's whatever.
Yes, the heroes are going on another life or death mission, right? So same old.
This one does not care.
The dragons that never get to go on cool adventures and never get picked for the B team will roll out.
Yeah, that's on their fathers.
It's true.
No,
I mean, what a fun adventure to take your kid on, you know? The optional super dungeon. Yeah.
Optional super dungeon. I have big emphasis on the optional. We get super laser.
So we're at time, but
before you guys are allowed to go to the dungeon, this squad up here is going to drop some of the heaviest fucking feels on you before you go, so that you have to carry the weight of their love, admiration, and support with you into some of the deadliest content in the campaign.
Thank goodness Nessa's not up there.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
Huh.
All right. Good. So we'll deal with that next week, I guess. All right. Make sure you take your Xanax before the session, or whatever gets you through it. Cool. Now, let's all swear a collective oath that in the next 7 days, you guys will not overthink this and come up with a different plan, and then spend next session trying to sell your different plan to everyone. Let's just say that we're committed. You guys are thinking about this cutscene while swimming 7 or 8 miles under the ocean towards a giant stone man holding a 1,500-foot tall adamantine skyscraper. Okay, so there's no changing it. We're already under the sea. We're in the ocean. We're heading there. So we can't change our plan. All right,
What if I have like a eureka moment though? What if something comes up?
Sucks, bro.
Yeah.
You're already miles into the sea swimming towards. It's too late.
How
So
come that ever works, right?
so that's how it is. All right, we're already en route. This is just a flashback. You know how they do in the movies where they're riding the fucking helicopter, but then they're thinking back to the briefing mission, right? That's what's happening. You guys are swimming under the sea very slowly because not everyone has swim speed, and you're thinking back to the heartfelt love confessions and tender moments that broke your hearts and burdened you with all of those feels before this most dangerous and deadly of missions. All right.
Jeez.
Okay. So just don't think about it all week, guys, okay? No other plans. You are scuba divers. That was the plan. The end.
What if we drop a whale on the tower?
That was on
I just stole his house.
It was on the clipboard. It was on the clipboard.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be Gilligs's plan.
I don't know. Gilligs had a really good plan, actually.
Look, if we had any money.
Sorry, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what it is ever until he gets his 1,000 gold.
All right, here we go. Outro music. Hey,
what if I do the accounting? We find 1,000 gold, 1,000 drachmae.
Well, then you can think about it as a flashback as you're swimming with your scuba diver.
Wow, that would have been a much better plan.
Yeah, now that I think about it again,
Gilligs was right. That's what we should have done.
God, it's such a good plan too. Oh man. Oh well. All right. So it's just that, you don't have 1,000 gold. You don't have 1,000 gold at level 13 in Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't have, wait a minute. If you don't have 1,000 gold, how did you get a fucking bowl for your hero's feast?
The residuum.
How much of residuum you got?
I have 1,800.
See what's got a lot.
1,800. Okay.
Yeah.
Aren't they like 1,000 a pop?
Yeah. So it's 1,000 for one bowl.
So this is your last meal.
Yep.
All right, we'll do a flashback to that too.
We're eating it off of residuum, so it's like a big.
Here, so we don't forget.
It's like a big table of Coke, just like.
Also,
The
everybody,
last
just
meal.
so you know, if you guys were in the same room with me when I woke up, you got 11.
You know I was. Charity and I, we were both in there.
11 HP.
Chariot is a vehicle. I don't know if it can get temp HP. His ability says creatures. Well, we did establish the chariot can move on its own when it's emotionally affected. So sure, you can give the chariot the temp HP.
I also feel like I need to point out that Sheepbo would have slept with the B team, and so they all get.
That's a horrible night, guys. You had I will point out, Warren, before you try to do it, the chariot cannot eat the hero's feast.
That's...
Where are we fucking at? Like, I don't even know anymore. Oh my god.
So if we cast Magic Mouth on the chariot.
Fine. If you cast that's not how Magic Mouth works.
I know.
If you cast Magic Nostril on it, since you're having cocaine feast, maybe. All right. So, announcements. Pirate Weekend was awesome. If you didn't play this weekend, you really missed out. Like I did some, like I got in this. It's just so much fun. So much crazy shit happened. It wasn't. I don't know what it's like killing bugs and robots. Apparently, it's pretty fucking good. But this was like my bugs and robots weekend. I had a really, really good time. Yeah, I had a really good time. So it was fun. So anybody that joined our adventures in our guild, we're happy to have you, and hopefully we have some more fun pirate adventures. The more I play that game, the harder it is not to make a second Kingmaker campaign. King of the Sea Maker. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Signing up for
the
both.
shackles are a part of PF2.
I know they're right there. They're right off the coast. They're right off the coast
God
of
damn,
the
Justinian
Kingmaker.
just earned over $1 million in one voyage.
Oh yeah. We had 800,000 today in the afternoon. We got 800,000. So
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Justinian and Haley and I made like $250,000 in like an hour.
Oh yeah, these community weekends are bonkers. Yeah, these community weekends are bonkers. So, it was wild for Lexaeus. This is his first weekend playing, and he's already made like 2 million gold. He's played twice. Yeah, he's played twice, and he's done everything there is to do in the entire game, and made $2 million. All right. Anyways, I don't think I have any other announcements right now. We're playing Vampire again for the 3rd session of Vampire on March 2nd. Is that this Saturday? This coming Saturday?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to play Final Fantasy VII, but I'll just skip work on Friday.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Dune comes out on Friday, so you can watch part 2 of Dune. So
yeah, that's true. I enjoyed the first one. Good news on Final Fantasy fronts. Square Enix gave Tifa back her titties. So,
Rejoice.
I know the world's falling apart, genocide and, all that, but Tifa got her fat honkers back. Her big mommy milkers have been restored. Square Enix admits that they made a terrible mistake. It was just body shaming. That's what it was. Body shaming. And they have restored balance to the universe. So if you also, she wears a bikini and does a sit-up mini game with her new big fat milkers. So there we go. Everything is back to normal. Anyone else have any announcements? I don't think you could top Tifa getting her titties back, but does anybody have any announcements before we adjourn?
Cyberpunk.
I'm sorry I stole your thunder, but yeah, I guess
tough act to follow.
Yeah,
The heroic finale. Quote unquote,
possibly. I don't know. It depends on them.
It's not.
It could be tomorrow. Yeah. Tuesday could be the last session. It also could be. We could also have 4 more sessions left. I don't know what they're gonna do.
It's not gonna be the last session because we haven't even started talking to this guy yet. And I've got to grill him for at least 2 hours. Make sure we get the information out of him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm gonna head to bed. I gotta get my kid to the dentist by 7 a.m. So I'm just trying to get some sleep. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, have a good night.
Thanks for the game. Thanks everybody for watching.
All right.